I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While other sweater style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the #1 Chief Rocket in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good? What's good, party people? Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? Let's go, party people. Let's go. What's good, party people? Y'all see what the thumbnail is. Y'all know what this is about. Y'all rocking with the #1 Chief Rocket Knicks Universe, main man, Uncle Freezy. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I know I say that every day, but it seemed like the chat squeezed like 7-hour conversations into a 2.5-hour window. But so what? Let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Let me. Man, I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Let me see. Oh. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go, party people. Let's go. Let's get that energy up. Hey, man, listen. We have a game tonight. We have a game tonight. Hitting Murphy's in the building. Mick Investment was good. Joe! What's good, Joe? D Nice is in the building. What's good? Jamie Peralta is in the building. All right, let's start off with that with the elephant in the room. All right, let's start off with the elephant in the room, man. Let's start off with what one could say is the elephant in the room. Fabian Williams is in the building. Let's start off with the elephant in the room. Hey, Tom Thibodeau, this is a must-win game tonight. Tonight is must-win, and you don't want to say that for Game 8. You don't want to say that for Game 8. But yeah, tonight we play. Let me see who it is. I just want to make sure because I know we got the Sixers and the Celtics. I don't want to get them. I don't want to get them in reverse order, right? We have the Sixers and the Celtics, in a back-to-back stretch, right? Chat, which one is it? Is it we have the Sixers tonight, right? Yep. So we have the Sixers in Philadelphia at 7:00. We have the Sixers in Philadelphia at 7:00. And listen. I know me saying that this is a must-win game seems like the sky is falling. It seems like henny penny. I don't do the overreaction stuff. Right? I don't do the overreaction stuff. I'm more of a reserved person when it comes to things of that sort. But tonight seems like it's a win or else game. So what does win mean? What does win mean, right? So what a win gets Tom Thibodeau and his coaching staff and probably this front office is another day of life. A win tonight, and I know this sounds like the end is near, and it probably is, right? But listen, what a win gets Tom Thibodeau and Leon Rose tonight is another day of life. What a loss does is it gets the Reaper sharpening his axe. The Reaper is sharpening his axe. Basically, is where we are. Because whether you like this front office or not, or whether you like this head coach or not, or whether you like this roster or not, whether or not you like this front office, these kids or not, regardless what you like, the NBA is a results-driven business. And if you don't get the desired result for the fans, heads are going to roll. And I'd hate to see heads roll because multiple entities can't get on the same page. But that is where we are. We're in a weird place. And it don't matter how we got here. The fact is we are here. Doesn't matter how we got here. Doesn't matter if the draft picks didn't turn out to be stars. It doesn't matter that the young veterans hadn't progressed like we like. Doesn't matter that the veterans are vanilla veterans. Doesn't matter that the coach is old school and imaginative. Doesn't matter if the front office hadn't brought in a star. What matters is today is a must win. Bo Ismail is in the building. What's good, Bo? Tonight is must win. Bo Ismail says, y'all read Bo Ismail? Bo Ismail says, I agree with Uncle Freezy. Bo Ismail's comment says, I agree with Uncle Freezy 100% of the time. Building Blocks is in the building. Jamie Peralta says, get rid of everybody. Get rid of everyone. Unfortunate for Tom Thibodeau, we are at the crossroads after 7 games. Doesn't matter how we got here. We're here. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Fabian Williams says, I think if we lose these next two, Tibbs won't make it the next week. Yes. Doesn't matter how we got here. We're here. And I know that is like the wickedest twist of justice ever. But we here. Hard Will is in the building. We are here. This tonight is a must win. Tonight is a must win, and it's not a must win because Philadelphia is one of our historic rivals. Nah. It's not a must win because it's a Friday night. Nah. It's a must win because the Knicks started 3-1 and are now 3-4, on the verge of being 3-5, with a tough stretch of games coming up. And the Knicks don't have answers for anything. Fish is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Building blocks with the dope Avi. I like reading building blocks as comments because he got a dope Avi. And I know that seems crazy, but I just like the avatar, man. I just like to look at the Avi. The Avi is fire. Building block says Tibbs, as a respected head coach in the NBA, deserves 15 games to see if he will adjust. Our 4 losses were against teams that are arguably better than us. The only team you can say was debatable is Atlanta. No, Atlanta's better than us. Atlanta's better than us. Atlanta's best player got injured during the game, and that team still went on a run and blew us out the gym. Imagine if the Knicks' best player got hurt. What would have happened? Atlanta was going to throttle us anyway. Atlanta's just better. As Knicks fans, we got to start looking at the man in the mirror. Wacko! Wacko, what's good, bro? As Knicks fans, we got to start looking at the man in the mirror, man. This roster ain't made up of nothing. Devon Fish says, we don't have a best player. I understand that, but I'm telling you, tonight is a must win. The Knicks better win this game or heads are going to roll. See, right now, the Knicks are safe. Excuse me. See, right now, the Knicks are safe because when the Knicks are mediocre, only spaces like this grill them. But if the Knicks mess around and come out of this weekend with multiple losses, if the Knicks lose Friday and Saturday, now you're on the big boys' radar. Now ESPN is watching. Now the Michael K. Show is watching. Uncle Freezy is one of the little guys right now. Right now. But let me tell y'all something, man. The streets are watching you, Knicks. Shotgunner is in the building. What's good? What's good, Shotgunner? This is a must win. And listen, I ain't gonna come to y'all like my goal was not to come here and say the same old thing over and over and over again. Right? My thing is I'm not gonna say the same thing over and over and over again. Like you want me to like go on a thing, oh, Randall sucks. We gotta trade Randall or RJ ain't it or fire Tibbs. Nah, tonight it don't matter. None of that stuff matter. Tonight's a must win. And in this must win scenario, the only thing a win gets you is another day that Knicks fans are not on your back. Because the Knicks fans want something and they damn near deserve something. The Knicks fans need a winner. They deserve a winner. And right now, and to be honest with you, just from a totally neutral standpoint, this organization ain't done diddly poo. Keeping it a buck, being totally honest, not being disrespectful to one party or another, but a 3-4 start after an offseason of a whole bunch of promises made and not kept. Stop making promises to Knicks fans. Our goal has always been to make the playoffs. We're proud of and then here comes random stat. RJ Barrett is the first player under 900 years old to make 1-3 after drinking a sip of Gatorade. No, I don't want to hear that no more. Hunger for More is in the building. What's good, boss? Hunger for More says clean house. Yeah, y'all want me to do my Leon Rose impression? I'm proud of where we are as an organization. We're since the year 1917, the New York Knicks are the only team to win at least one game in 82. The Knicks have never gone 0-82, and we're proud of that. Nah, we can't take that no more, bro. We don't want to hear that no more. Right? Chat, y'all don't want to hear that no more, right, chat? Chat, y'all don't want to hear that no more, right? Y'all don't want to hear dudes in press conferences say, oh, let me do Tibbs. Well, they threw a junk defense at us, and the junk defense had openings in it that we didn't execute in getting into those areas that we should have exploited. And we got to work on making our 2-foot uncontested layups. I mean, we gotta start making our free throws, and we got to do better. We got to do better at when the defense gives us wide open shots, wide open layups, like a layup line. We got to do a better job at recognizing it's a wide open layup and work on doing the basic basketball fundamentals. Tibbs, we tired of that, bro. We tired of that, man. Tom Thibodeau, we're tired of it, bro. We're tired of a NBA team full of professionals not being able to beat a 2-3 zone. How do you have a professional basketball team that can't recognize a 2-3 zone or a 3-2 zone? How do you have a team full of multiple dudes making $20 million? For instance, that's Powerball money to some of us. What these dudes make in a year would set up some of these Knicks fans for multiple generations. I use my man Dre for example. You give Dre $25 million, there's no telling how that would impact his family. But you have a dude, Tibbs, you have multiple dudes that make money like that, and they can't even recognize a 2-3 zone. My main man, Bo Ismail, if you gave him $25 million, that would set his family off on a path incomprehensible, right? Incomprehensible. But Tibbs, you have multiple dudes making 14, 18, 20 million, $10 million a year, and they can't even recognize a 2-3 zone. Who is that on? Is that on the player, or is that on Tibbs? Who is that on? Is that on Tom Thibodeau, or is that on the player? Corey Lee in the building. Bo Ismail was like, yo, I'll take $1 million and I'll recognize the 2-3 zone. Otherwise, is in the building. What's good, brother? Otherwise, in the building. Otherwise says players got to play. Yes, I get it. I'm here to tell you, though, that this Knicks thing is bigger than basketball, bro. Y'all hear me? This thing is bigger than basketball because you can't, for all these years, have young guys come here and don't develop. You can't for all these years have veterans come here and stagnate. You can't for all these years keep bringing in high-profile coach after 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 high-profile coach and still be the worst team in the league in the last 15 years. Yeah, man. We back in Studio G, baby. Back in Studio G. Got a lot of stuff I was working on. That's kind of why I'm late this morning, man. Personal stuff, business stuff, Blorange Tears stuff. Y'all know how it is, man. So I'm sorry about running a little bit late. But tonight, clearly the Knicks are at a crossroads. And they say we are not at a crossroads because they're vulnerable. Anybody that says the Knicks are not at a crossroads game, understand that this team is vulnerable. And they'll say stuff like, nah, man, it's a long season. And I understand it's a long season. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And so I want to say something, too, that I know is going to be unpopular. Yo, Knicks Morning Brews in the building. What's good, boss? RJ Barrett and Julius Randle cannot play together. It was a clunky fit from the start. And we had faith in it. RJ Barrett and Julius Randle are not a good fit. Knicks Morning Brew says, just had a conversation with Jack Settleman. All right, all right. Yo, y'all make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all check that out. And so Knicks Morning Brew says, one of these mornings, I'm gonna need you to join us. Man, I'd like, I have a big personality, bro. I have a big personality, right? So I have a big personality. So sometimes, when I'm on other people's stuff, I saturate them with the freeziness. So sometimes I oversaturate other people's joints with the freeziness. So, just be aware, like when Uncle Freezy is in the building, you know what you're getting. John is in the building, my man. John, what's good, boss? I think John from Still Knicks Fans said the other day, yeah, man, I won't have Uncle Freezy coming off the bench. Uncle Freezy's a starter. Bro, I'm shooting, John. I'm shoot first, ask questions later. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that we need to Knicks fans need to start thinking about, start talking about. RJ Barrett and Julius Randle are not a fit together. And the reason why is because RJ Barrett is a shrunken down version of Julius Randle. They're the same player, except one is smaller. Think about what you see RJ Barrett do and what Julius Randle do, and tell me what the difference is. All RJ Barrett is a shrunken down version of Julius Randle. You can't play that at shooting guard in the NBA. You can't even play that at small forward in the NBA. That is an undersized power forward. You can't even have that, in theory, you can't have that on the floor at the same time because that does the same thing as the other does. And I know RJ Barrett is the golden child, and I admit that. I understand that RJ Barrett is the future of New York Knicks basketball. I love RJ Barrett. But I keep having to revise what it is that I'm seeing when I watch RJ Barrett. I'm not gonna. You guys know I'm not a blind lover, right? I'm a sensitive lover. Like I legit process what it is that I see, and what I see right now from RJ Barrett is a shrunken down version of Julius Randle. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Corey Lee is in the building. Jack City in the building. Hinton Murphy says, I said the same thing about Melo and Stat. Yes, man. RJ Barrett, and listen, Tom Thibodeau plays RJ at the 4, and he knows that's where RJ belongs. When you see RJ, when he takes RJ out of the athletic positions and put him into the power positions, that's where RJ Barrett belongs. That's what RJ Barrett needs to play at. RJ Barrett is not a nimble, agile athlete. He's not. And he will tell you that. Yo, the GOAT is in the building, Cully. Man, listen, man. Man, hey, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I love some Cully, man. Cully is my guy. I love some Cully. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Cully, hey, man, I love some Cully, bro. Cully is like, yo, Cully want the link? All right. All right. Just for you, Cully. I'm gonna put the link in here. I was rocking. I had like 3 other things that I wanted to get to. I had like three other things that I want to get to, but since Cully in the building, I'll put that link out there just for Cully. Just for you, Cully. But RJ Barrett is a shrunken down version of Julius Randle. Yo, the GOAT is in the building.
Yeah, I'm on for a little bit. What's going on now?
Hey, man, how you been, bro?
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
What was you
You've been working on some stuff?
Yeah, I have to.
Okay.
But yeah, I have.
Good, man. Good. A lot of people been asking me about you, bro. They be concerned about your well-being, bro. They love you like me. Oh, they know they love you, but not as much as I do.
Nah, salute, man. Salute. Love y'all too, man.
What's happening, guys? What's happening, Cully?
What's going on?
Yo, Madden.
What it do, Joe?
Hinton Murphy, thank you for the generous contribution, bro. Hinton Murphy is a star in this Knicks universe, bro. Hinton Murphy was one of these dudes that I be wanting to talk to more often, but I guess it's like schedules or whatever. Shout out to my main man, Hinton Murphy. Joe, what's good? What's cracking, bro?
I don't know, man. This team, man, is exhausting.
Hey, man, you want some more RJ Barrett, don't you? You want some more of that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Julius Randle. If you love Julius Randle, then you really love the shrunken down RJ Barrett version.
Bro, I was thinking that the other day watching the game against the Hawks. I'm like, yo, Tibbs and Julius Randle broke RJ Barrett. I'm like, it's oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. Something seems off with him. I don't know. Something just seems off in general with this team right now, man. I don't know.
You know what it is, Cully? They have everybody. When you throw everybody out and trade rumors all off season and then throw Love, the deal doesn't happen and expect Love coming back. Like everybody's on edge.
Right. Yeah.
But Joe Madden, when you also get extended and you also get kept as an option and you get money, you should realize that you on the team and you could play better. So all these excuses is just starting to run out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, here come the RJ.
They still got extended and they got their options picked up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, trade rumors happens. That's what happens. That's the NBA.
Hey, man, didn't Emmanuel quickly get his option picked up?
That's what I said. If trade so it's their job to play better. That's my point. Like, everybody. I said options got picked up and contracts got extended.
Obi got his option picked up.
Exactly. It's nobody psyche should be that down. Now I get what you mean by when your name, you don't want to hear your name in trade rumors. I get that, but it should be over that. We grown men. We should be past that. You know what I'm saying?
But when you literally put the whole roster up, basically instead of the guys, basically only a handful of guys weren't in trade rumors. Everybody else was in trade rumors. So that does something to a roster. When basically everybody's saying, all right, anybody can be shipped out. Like anybody can be shipped out, but when you had a one-off season for the same dude, the whole team can be moved. That does something to a team when it comes back. And the fact that's why I kind of knew if this deal doesn't get done, the Knicks are going to have a big problems on their hand because they're going to have very disgruntled guys coming back if they don't play well. And that's
but Joe, you know what the answer? You know what the answer is? The answer is trade them. Because you don't put people in trades, right? And then be like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, we were just playing. You know what I'm saying? All the rumors y'all heard all summer long for like 4 straight months. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how much we love y'all, right? The answer is now is that the relationships are damaged and irreparable. Y'all know that. Y'all been in relationships before when something happened and there's no way to fix it. The best thing to do is move on.
And like you see the things like with Obi, and you see some like they were saying about executives, and I believe it. And the way Obi's playing now compared to the way Randall's playing, Obi sitting here is like, yo, I'm losing minutes to this bum, and you're gonna hold back my bag, my money next year because I'm losing out on minutes because of this bum. And
Joe, people can
Fournier.
I could say the same thing about Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett sat in a press conference last week and said, I don't know what it is, but I always start the season slow. No matter how much I try, man, I always start off the season shooting slow.
Yeah, right? That's a problem. That's a problem.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. You're only 22, 23 years old. Come on.
Yep. Terrible. And the Knicks organization are going to let him shoot through his early season slump. Meanwhile, Cam Reddish has his career on the line. Playing behind RJ Barrett, who clearly is struggling. And Cam Reddish does everything better than RJ Barrett right now.
And that's my point, Uncle Freezy. I think it's more like he basically speaking for the organization too when he say that. And that ticks me off. He's basically saying the organization is okay with me progressing and breaking out 3 months later. Like what? Like what are you talking about, dude? Like what is that's okay? Like it gotta be because he still get the most minutes. And when Tibbs come to the podium, I like RJ's effort. I like he never, like I say, it's something near of a how we treat him. And it's like it's blinking in the baby. Every time the baby reaches his hands up, you pick him up.
Yeah.
Well, that how's the baby ever gonna learn if you don't show him no resistance? Right. Like they gotta stop babying this kid. Like he's going into his fifth year.
Hey, do they just baby him or do they baby everybody?
No, I think just him. Everybody else is everybody else like quickly like Obi's got better. Obi's 3-point shooting's got better. His defense is a lot better. It's not great, but it's a lot better than it was in college. Like Obi's getting better. I still have questions. Can he be a long-term starter in this league? But I need to see it. Quickly's playmaking and his defense got better. RJ's got better, but you're seeing this year it's like his offense is at a stale, and if anything's gone back, and his defense has got worse since his rookie year. And my problem is it's like, okay, now you want to give him shots. Now you want to let him work through all this on year 4 after you give him over $100 million. This is stuff that needs to be done in the first 2 or 3 years. You don't do this. What they done was, we need to win RJ's rookie year in his second year with Julius Randle. We need a win. We need a win.
See, with me, I'll never be trying to.
Like that's they're holding back is the Knicks. What I seen someone say was that on Twitter last night was saying any rookie or any kid coming out of the draft, their agent should tell the Knicks don't draft them because you're stunting growth of young players, and that's what's happening with Barrett. It's happening with Obi. It's happening quick. The Knicks are holding back young talent, and young talent shouldn't want to come to New York or come to the Knicks under Leon Rose because of it.
Hey, Joe,
they're going to have to get rid of this is to move on and get Tom Thibodeau out of here and get a young development coach and build these guys up.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, let me say this just real quick before I bring in Hartwell, right? I'm gonna just say this real quick before I bring in Hartwell, right? So my thing is no matter what coach you bring in here, young players don't develop here. To just think that bringing in Kenny Atkinson is gonna all of a sudden mean every young player you touch is going to the All-Star game. No, hey Dre, somebody got something in the background? But yeah. It don't work like that. Not with the Knicks. With the Knicks, it don't matter. You brought in Derek Fisher, you brought in Fizdale, you brought in Hornacek, you brought in Tibbs, you brought in all these guys, and no matter who you bring in, young players don't develop here.
When Tibbs was first hired, we kind of expected this. We're like, we might win more games and we might look like a more competent organization, but our young players aren't going to develop and aren't going to get playing time. And we're here going into his third year now. We're in his third year.
But,
and this is exactly what we're talking about.
But your point made. But the point you were making is Tibbs is not going to develop players, right? And I pointed out that all the previous coaches didn't develop young players either.
Right. Like I feel like
you have coaches that you have a young development coach like Johnny Bryant on the bench. It's probably here for that reason to take over from Tibbs. Maybe it's time because you're going to lose out on young players coming in now. Wasn't David Fizdale young? Wasn't Derek Fisher young? But the thing with Fizdale was known for a personality with young star players, and they thought KD and Kyrie was coming. That's why he was here to coach star players, and with that didn't happen.
Joe Matt, you can't move the goalpost because you said a young coach, and that was kind of Okerfreezy's point. Is that Fizdale was a young coach, and he should have, to your point, he should have developed the young talent if that was the case, and that's not the case.
I believe, what up to the panel? I believe the coach and the front office has to be aligned on the same page as far as development, or as far as developing players, because if they aren't, they're going to be expecting one thing and getting the other. So even if like Fizdale was attempting to do that, we fired him because he wasn't winning games, and we weren't even like in the space to.
Wait, Dre. Let me say this. Let me just say this. The thing with Fizdale, and I just want to correct, and I'm not disrespecting your point, but what I'm just want to say is this: it wasn't that Fizdale wasn't winning. With Fizdale, it was how bad we were losing, right? Right. So when you're losing games by 28 to teams that's not gonna make the playoffs, hell no, you don't deserve to be no NBA head coach. We want to lose in style. We want to lose 110, 104 in overtime, but still lose and have the young players look like they were achieving something. But we were losing to other lottery teams by 17.
What's up, y'all?
The Bucks will come in and destroy us, and Kevin Knox will still look confused.
Yeah. Hey, Hall, what was good, boss?
Yeah, what's good, bro? Yeah, I've been trying to say similar to what you guys are saying, and now they expect guys to just be good in real time when you dissect what's really going on. You can say what you want about whichever player, right? Whichever player that you feel or like on the team, if you're a Knicks fan, what are they doing in their opportunity? We all could say that, right? When you breaking down the development side and what he just explained. Who's that just was talking? My bad. That was Dre?
Dre.
I just said something.
That was Dre, right?
Yeah.
What Dre was just saying, it's a fact, because at the end of the day, and Freezy said it too, you can't, try to win the way they do and develop in real time. Like, it's something to either do with, like Dre said it, the coach and the front office got to be in line. If they not, then it's like, because they trying to win and skip the process of what it really takes to win. You know what I mean? You can't. And then when John said earlier, Joe said earlier about how RJ looked, it's because who you put aside of RJ. You know what I mean? You can say what you want. When you put talent next to talent, it will make him better. Like, they should get better with Brunson, but Brunson is in the process of getting himself established as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think even Spider being more established than Brunson, making the All-Stars as many times as he did already, it's certain little things that you could look at the show when you got that type of player next to you. He haven't had that type of player, but Tibbs and the front office chose to run the team that way with Randall. And when the team came out playing well, I didn't think it was sustainable, because Randall can't hit the type of shots that he was hitting, because they are baiting Randall and taking a lot of jump shots and making them play the way that we all know that he can't play. And when people compare the two players, to me, it's a total different.
Compare what two players?
Like when they talk about Randall or RJ, as far as they on the same team. When you have somebody with a certain amount of years more and is the number one, or people say it's his team, then that's when it's supposed to show. You get what I mean? Because I think
I don't get where you're going with it.
that's my point. I'm making a point in
No.
reference to when you compare.
I'm telling you, I don't understand what you're saying.
In reference to what?
In reference to a player right now being a ninth-year player and right now being a fourth-year player. What's the difference when we're talking about right now? Are you saying that experienced player should be more skilled?
So you saying that
No, not what I'm saying. I'm asking you a question.
I'm asking you back a question. So you think
but I'm not prepared.
player?
I'm not prepared to answer because I need to get the feedback from what you're saying. So yeah, I'm not putting input in. I'm asking you a question so that I can understand where you're coming from.
Okay, so ask the question again. What's the question?
My question is are you saying a ninth-year player with different experiences and skill set should be more advanced than a fourth-year player with different skills and different skill sets?
You don't think so?
No, I'm asking. Okay.
And that's the way I'm replying to you. You don't think? Yes, sir, 100%. If I have a ninth-year player on my team, that's the number one option on the team, or that's taking them out of shots that they're taking, and they supposed to or the best player or with the most experience or the most skill that we say should be leading the team. Or when I broke it down, RJ would be feeding off of the best player or the player with the most experience next to him on the team, which would be Randall. No excuses for how RJ is playing because he's still playing his game. But when you say, can you compare a 4-year player to a 5, you shouldn't be able to when the 9th-year player is not just a role player, and the team whole plan was to run through him since we made 4th seed. They've been doing that. And that was where I rolled into that point of saying that will affect that player. That's what Joe Madden was saying earlier when Tibbs and Randall got him looking that way. That was my point in bringing that up and comparing it all together because it's a fact. When you have this type of time,
like Steven Adams and John Morant, like Steven Adams is a 10-year player. He should be more skilled than John Morant, who's a 4-year player.
And this is my last point on that. All my time covering and talking on parts, I never felt like because of 1-year Randall, a 1 All-Star in the COVID season could lift the Knicks. A lot of people did. Even last Friday, I was on this show in BBQ. I heard people talk about this team could be a final team. Now, a week later, Friday later, this is the type of stuff I'm hearing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know what I be saying. Nobody can ever question what I be saying because
we can't question. You're not perfect.
I didn't say
everybody can be questioned.
I ain't saying about being perfect.
You just said you can't be questioned. You did just say that. You said you can't be questioned.
No. It's a difference saying I'm perfect.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Question me because when you just said
that. You just said nobody can question what you can say. What I'm getting at to you is I understand some of the stuff that you're saying, and I'm with you. But what I want to get at though is this: if this is just a Randall is not good enough conversation, then I'm with you. I don't think Randall's good enough.
No, but it's not just that. That was one of my points. And I never said I was perfect when I say you can't question me on something in that way when I've been saying the same thing. It's a difference of saying you perfect and saying you can't question me about something that I've been saying. I didn't say I was perfect. I said you can't question me about something that I've been holding my stance on for the longest.
Why you can't be questioned? So you saying you can't be questioned because you're absolutely right.
No. I said, and specifically what we're speaking about, you could question me. It don't got nothing to do with being perfect. I said I'm not perfect, but what we're speaking of, I've been kept my stance. And when I was being positive off of those games, I said they would have to prove me wrong.
Right.
Even though I'm being positive, I would rather them prove me wrong because I know the Knicks. That's exactly what I said in that same show when people said finals. This team could be a shocker. And nah. So before,
and a week later, everything changed.
Yeah, and that's not with me. And I'm pointing that out for a reason because it ain't about being perfect. It's about keeping your stance. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
So Howell, there was people on this show during that 4th seed when Julius Randle was most improved player. There was guys saying that year that they would take Julius Randle over Giannis. So everything's overreaction.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know.
Remember Ron Cleveland was on this show. Right now, I would take Julius Randle over Giannis because Julius
yeah,
could shoot.
we need to say that because to say that Uncle Freezy be saying such and such.
No,
and
I
such.
didn't. I didn't say you. I said on this show.
Let me say this. Let me just say this real quick. I'll open up the panel so that everybody can express their opinion. But let's not attach like a wild random opinion to Blorange Tears. If somebody has a wild random opinion, let's attach it to that person. That's the reason why we're here. That's the reason why Shotgun is up here and Joe Mann's up here. So everybody can get the opportunity to say a certain thing. But I don't know if that's fair to me and to the way that I do this to say that Uncle Freezy just be saying wild, crazy stuff. Like like if Ron said that, like when I said this team can be a sleeper in the playoffs, I meant that. If everything went the right way, if everything goes the right way, I believe that this team can be attach that to me. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? But just to say, Blorange Tears are doing, I kind of find that to be mad disrespectful. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? This shit kind of got me a little peeved. Thinking that just because, you know what I'm saying, we have people, now open up the panel and people come up here and say stuff that is just a Blorange Tears, just say all kind of stupid shit. Come on, bro. That's crazy.
No, I didn't point out Blorange Tears. I was saying
that's just how I'm feeling about it.
If you talking about what I said what people say on the panel, and now next week and a Friday later, this is what I hear. So if anybody, like you just said, nobody perfect, and I could be questioned. So that's the same thing.
Everybody.
Exactly. So that's what I just did. I questioned what was said a week later. So if that's not fair, or if you feel a way about that, then it ain't really an open panel then. Because that's really what I just did.
How's it not an open panel when there's 5 people up here?
Sure. I never dish you. But when
that ain't what I'm saying.
I'm just speaking for me because I was the one saying that. So what I was saying was 1 week ago, it was that and now it's this. And it's true. It's a lot of fans. It's not just about the people on the panel right now, even. It was other people. And it's true. It's a back and forth every chance you get. But I was saying that because I stick to my stance on because things don't change that fast. It's a process. They trying to skip the process. Your whole point was developing today, which was great. That's what I've been on for the longest. When I talk about they snap their fingers and expect RJ to do this, Obi to do this, but they playing through these type of circumstances through older guys that's not going to move the needle. That's my old take. I've been saying it over and over. And now it's just in real time. And I'm saying it again because it's coming out. When I was positive, I said, I hope they do prove me wrong. I'm still a Knicks fan. I want them to win. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let me say this to Joe. Hey, Joe, what I'm saying is, hey, if they said something wild and crazy like that, say their name, bro. Like say if Shotgunner said something wild and crazy, say Shotgunner said.
All right. Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I didn't mean to throw shade. So I was just saying.
Yeah, because I think we got a beautiful thing going on here where because other Knicks content creators, bro, they don't even give you. They'll let you call in and let you speak for like 15 seconds and cut you off. But up here we got a beautiful thing going, bro, where you can come in anytime you feel like it and say what it is that you want to say. You know what I'm saying? That's what, so if somebody says something, well, I'm just saying, say it to you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm saying like the thing, like the basically that, like if somebody says something wild and crazy, pin it to them. I'd be like, yo, man, I was up here with Coach. Coach said such and such. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I don't want to have people thinking that this is not a safe place for people to come rock no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shot gonna come up here whenever you feel like it. Shot, have I ever told you can't come up here or something wild and crazy? Shot gonna just go when he feel like it and just come up here and you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
I was right the whole time. I told y'all RJ Barrett was trash, but go ahead, finish your point.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Like that, like, anyways, where I was going at, like I said, man, I've been gave up on RJ during the Hawks series, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, we had to rely on Derrick Rose to bail us out for a second fiddle or tier type of star. So I've been down on him since then. I heard he was too young. I heard he was there. My potential with him is an Andre Iguodala type of player. Like, he can be that type of player that you like want on your team, you need on your team, but not the type of player you build around. And that was my point. And we messed up by not getting Donovan Mitchell big time. You know what I'm saying? And like I felt like Donovan Mitchell, two-way player, would have made up for IQ absence of being a playmaker if IQ would have started at the one.
Does IQ get a bad rap, bro?
Yes, that's my point. That's where I'm going. Because like I said, I have to bring up last year because he had like towards the end of the season when he started those games, and like I said, major factor in this game is when he played over 20 minutes to like 25 to 30 minutes. He's an effective player, and our plus rating is on the floor is plus. It's more than minuses. So that was just my point. He never got a fair shot at seeing if he's a consistent point guard. Now, what the trade did and what the Brunson CAA family signing did, it has everybody erratic because at the end of the day, that's why I think IQ is not playing his best of ball, what I've been saying, because he know no matter what, he's going to be there for the next 4 years. So he's just trying to get in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to play. You know what I'm saying? That's his thing. He know at the end of the day, his spot is limited. So all he can do is just show what he can do for the next team, because he feels
you talking about IQ for the next
IQ.
Team?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's trying to put on a display, a resume for if somebody else want him. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we got Jalen Brunson
So
for the next
IQ's playing great to you then, huh?
I mean, I wouldn't even say great. I mean, at the end of the day,
See, that's my problem. Y'all
I just want to finish. No, just want to finish, and I'm gonna kick it back to you. I never say he's playing great, but what he's doing that he didn't do last year is when he missed them erratic shots, he's still taking bad shots. I hate that. But when he's not taking bad shots, he come up with 16 points a game, or he come up with a double-double. So he's doing other stuff to affect the game. Go ahead.
Nah, it's obvious when everybody give a take, what play they don't like, how it sound. And like I said, I've been covering and I try to be fair on both ways. Randy was playing well. I said he was getting baited in the shots that he was taking that wasn't sustainable. That's like a take. You can't say on this team where they lose and they looking for help. And when you cover quickly, it's like what you say is all on RJ. Why quickly not getting in and taking over and lifting us neither? Then everybody is on the team. Like that's what I'm saying. When one dude is with Randall and one dude try to point it on RJ, or one dude is with RJ try to point it on Randall. No. Like last night in the other game, Randall right there. Son was getting offensive rebounds right next to him. I could point out bad stuff quickly.
Can I piggyback to your point, and I'm not cutting you back off?
No, I'm just saying that we all we gotta call it. We gotta call it like we see it. That's all I'm saying.
Right, I am. But I'm just saying. Hold on. I just want to answer your point. See y'all later. See y'all later. Do great coaches, right? Like a Steve Kerr. Do we rely on Jordan Poole to bail him out, or do we rely on the star players? Because, like you say, you want a star player. Like I don't know what team relies on their bench players to uplift them as a team. They rely on their starting unit, even the coach. As me learning to coach, I mean, me coming into this game, I mean, this is my first year coaching, being a leader of men. But I know that I have 5 starting players. I do not. It's a plus minus to me. If somebody on the bench help me out, yes, I'm healthy, but I'm not relying on him. I'm relying on my starting 5 see you later, Ms. Williams. Sorry, I'm at work, y'all, but everybody leaving. I'm relying on my starting 5 to bail me out of games. I'm not relying on my bench to uplift me. So I feel like that's a yin-yang point because he's still a bench player. So if he help us out, that's a bonus. That's plus. But at the end of the day, I'm not relying on him. Bench player.
You coming in for a soft landing.
You saying he's a bench player now when he was arguing that he should have started at the point with me for the longest? Real quick. Now Grimes is out. A whole spot is there.
Yep.
Quickly could have came in and not been a bench player no more. Now you comfortable saying he's just a bench player when you used to argue with me saying he's good enough to start. Right. First of all, my point to you was once you saying a player is good enough to start and we got space on the team for him to come in and take 40-year spot, Grimes is hurt, then he had all opportunity. Tibbs love Quickly and give him mad minutes when we never understood why. So for you to say it that way, it lost me, bro. But go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, but just real quick. Hold on. Just real quick. You can't say Quickly is a bench player when he's playing starter minutes, even off the bench.
And you can't say Steve Kerr because before Jordan Poole even existed, what were the Warriors called? Strength in numbers, because they actually relied on their bench for those championship runs. Who's coming off the bench for them? Iggy was coming off the bench for them. Sean Livingston was coming off the bench for them. Mo Buckets was coming off the bench for them.
Facts.
What's the 6'7"? What's the other 6'7" guard they had? The young guy that they traded to Toronto.
Harrison Barnes. So wait, traded to Toronto.
Lou Williams. Lou Williams. 20. How many years Lou Williams been getting this bag, Freezy?
Yeah, a long time, bro. Long time.
Think about that. If we compare him to him, then
I know. You're talking. He won a championship too with Toronto.
Yeah, he sure did. He won it with the Warriors and with Toronto. The young guy.
Everybody finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
We gonna be here.
I just want to elaborate. You know I'm coming. All right. First of all, my point was basically when you go average over 20 minutes a game, he has been effective. And check the plus minuses on that, sir. That was my point.
Patrick McCall, that's him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Patrick McCall. Yeah.
Patrick McCall?
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, all I was saying when towards the end of the season, when Quickly was averaging 25 minutes to 28 minutes a game, our plus minuses on him on the court and our record, we were 7-2 against playoff teams. But that's not even that's not what I was getting at. He's still playing 17 to 20 minutes a game. And if you look in the season, when we play over 20, when he played over that, he was effective, and check the plus minuses on that. So if I stated that way, that wasn't my point. He still never even got the opportunity.
Hey, hold on, Shotgun. Hold on. Let me say something to you, bro. And this is me cultivating. This is me cultivating the talent, bro. Yo, you don't have to come in for no soft landing for anybody. I don't care who be on this panel. Spit your shit the way the shit's supposed to be.
You're right. All right, man. You're right. All right. Listen, first of all,
and I meant to say the same thing to Joe Madden too. Joe Madden, talk your talk. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Talk your talk, Joe.
Yeah, when I'm up here, they got to land soft. They got to land.
Nah.
Because they scared. Hard Will gonna bust.
Nah, I ain't scared. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, I did say
it sounded like it though. It sounded like it.
Oh, all right. Well, respectfully, I'm not scared. At the end of the day, I did say I do still believe he's supposed to be a starting point guard because Donovan Mitchell made it. Excuse me?
Like apparently there's rumors circling that the starting lineup might change, so you might see Quickly tonight. Alongside Benson.
I think it's
I think that's Grimes.
Grimes in for free. Well, it's Grimes.
Yeah, that's easily.
I mean, I think it could be Grimes, but I don't know because he just came back, so I don't know. That's why.
Hey, let me read the super chat real quick. Just real quick, Joe.
I think that he has no other choice to put Grimes in because there's nobody else that can play defense.
You know what? You got a point, bro. You got a point. So let me read the super chat, Joe, and then I want to get into what you were saying. Just real quick. Wacko, thank you for the generous contribution. Wacko says, can't blame the kids for executing the coach's plays. Yo, Wacko, I'm with you on some of that, but yo, the players have a part to play in that too. But Joe, you think it's Grimes over Quickly?
I think because the defense, as you said, Tibbs is on the hot seat. We have a tough schedule that I can see is very easily going 0-5, and if that happens, he's gone.
Wait a minute. So you mean 0-5 from here forward?
From here over the next 5 games, we have Philly, Boston, the Timberwolves in Minnesota, and then Brooklyn, and then I think somebody else. I think there's another playoff team in there. I think we're going to go 0-4, 0-5 over the next 4 or 5 games. And if that happens, then Tibbs is gone or very on the hot seat. So I don't think he's going to start playing games. If Grimes is somewhat healthy to play, he's going to tell me you're starting to go because he needs to win this game. As you said, Freezy, this morning, you said, look, he needs to start winning games or he's in trouble. So I think he's not going to mess around.
Do you agree with me on that this next stretch of games are must-win games?
Yeah, I hope so, because to be honest with you, I'm already kind of hoping for kind of a downfall because I don't see any other way this team moving forward with Tibbs. And the only way he's out of here is losing games. They ain't gonna fire him in the middle of the season if we're winning games.
Okay.
That was my point on basically, you know, I rock with Shotgun, and that's my guy. But that was the point I was trying to make to him on that point where they don't even know who they're gonna start now. I've been saying that for weeks. We need a shooting guard. So that was the main point I just made to you about quickly having the opportunity. And that's when a player take it and lift the team. You know what I'm saying? They all on the team. If he had another solid player on that team, then where would his minutes be on this team? Then you want to move him. You're saying he moving to another team. What team? Most teams got a backup and they got a point guard, a starting point guard. I'm not saying that he can't make it in the NBA, but I just think that this team, he should be able to get minutes on with these caliber of players. If you don't think so, then you know more about him than Tibbs and them do. And that's just really what my point is based on. Tibbs and them looking for somebody to uplift them, you know, even giving Cam's more of a shot. So I feel like if Quickly would have really elevated his game the way that Quickly had, then he will be showing more and getting more opportunity. Even though, like Freezy said, he's getting minutes. He's getting more minutes off the bench than a lot of bench players.
So it sounds
quickly could be a wild card in there. To be honest,
listen, my point is I don't think IQ sees stuff as a 2, and what he got to come in the more cahoots with is he got to play his position on the team. So I think his confidence is shot at the end of the day because he thought he was going to be the point guard. That's my guy's honest feeling. At the end of the day, Spider wasn't on the Instagram and going to camp with nobody else by IQ. I really thought that was going to be the court. You know what I'm saying? From just my opinion. This is just my opinion.
You said we grown men and you get in the bag earlier when you were speaking of RJ. Now you just said because he wanted to start, and that's my main point on when you don't like a player, you hard on how you gonna call it. Then when it comes to the player, you cuddle him.
But how did I ever cuddle
that's
him?
What it sound like you just said because he thought he was gonna start. In the NBA, it don't go like that. You got to take advantage and earn that spot, like y'all saying RJ's supposed to do. So how could you go so hard and say
he didn't earn it?
No, is it about the money or is it about the opportunity? Because
I didn't say anything about money, Harwell. That's why I'm confused.
No, I was saying when you said RJ got paid already, no more excuses. Yep. So when I listen to you, now you making excuses for IQ. That's all I'm saying, bro. It got to be even playing field. That's all I'm saying.
But tell me, how did I make an excuse for IQ? I said I feel his confidence.
You just said.
I feel.
Let me answer you. This is how you made an excuse for him. You said he wanted to start when I could say to you, what he wanted to do. It didn't happen. You and IQ got to get over it. And it's a bunch of opportunity right now on the Knicks. And that answers your question, bro.
Bim.
See, my whole point.
I think IQ playing the 2 is his natural position. He's not a point guard. He was not a point guard in college. He was drafted as a 2 guard, and they moved him as a combo.
But Joe, that's the thing.
That's not true.
He was a point guard in college. He played the point for the University of Kentucky. He came.
Maxie ran the point.
No, he didn't.
And then there was the other kid.
No, he did not. That's not true.
I'm telling you guys, I
saw
the University of Kentucky play.
He never got a shot.
Hold on, shotgun. I saw with my own eyes in Columbia, South Carolina, Ashton Hagans start at the point, and John Calipari, the coach, sub him out and point out Quickly with the point, and Quickly took over from that game and become the SEC Player of the Year, playing point guard for the University of Kentucky. This narrative that he was not the Wildcats ran a 3-guard system with Ashton Hagans, a dude you never heard of, because Quickly took his spot. Tyrese Maxey at the 2, an athletic combo guard that can do both, and Emmanuel Quickly, a guy that did all 3 positions, point, 2, and combo guard. That's how Quickly won SEC Player of the Year, and Tyrese Maxey didn't.
Yes, Quickly first come off the bench, and then the Calipari realized it was a mistake. But to
Yep.
say they ran him at point guard, they didn't run him as a pure point guard the way the Knicks are using it. Calipari ran a 3-guard system, and Maxey was primary ball handler.
Joe,
Going into them. I watched a lot of
telling
Kentucky.
Joe, I'm telling you.
I wanted Maxey in that draft. I wanted the Knicks to move up with their late first-round pick to take Maxey.
I think we all wanted to get our hands on Maxey, but the thing that we use as a thing, because, well, let me first say this. What NBA point guard, pure facilitating point guard, do you see in the NBA that's not 34 years old?
None, but what I'm saying,
right.
is
Right.
That's a great point. Let him talk.
But to say Emmanuel Quickly, a 23-year-old combo guard learning the point guard position, is not a point guard, is not fair to Quickly and the other young guards that do it.
But what I'm saying is not saying
that's a great development point.
His natural position was a 2. So what I'm saying was, he was saying he didn't like the fact that Quickly starting at the 2, or being used at the 2 as a 2 and the second unit beside Rose. And what I'm saying is, in fact, he's being used more as a ball handler now than he was in college. And what Quickly was used in college was running off ball screens, and that's why he's known for his shooting. And what I feel is, Quickly be utilized better if he had more off ball reps and he was coming off the screens and shooting more off ball. Everything he shoots is on ball. Everything's off the dribble.
Man, that's just an opinion, because Freezy just gave you the numbers.
That's what I'm saying. It's opinion. Everything here is an opinion. Nothing's factual.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Quickly a starter to anybody on this panel.
But let me finish this point though.
You know to what I think.
Bro, see, this is the reason. The reason why points fall on the floor. It's the reason why Hard Will got to say his point 5 times a show. Every show is because every time Hard Will start talking, people cut him off. We got plenty of time, bro. Trust, we got plenty of time, man. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying about Quickly is, if you move a point guard in Quickly, because Quickly wants to be a point guard, the world wants him to be a 2, right?
I want to be a point guard too, but that doesn't happen. I'm not in the NBA. He has to play where he's told to play.
Let him finish. Go ahead, Freezy.
Yeah, what I'm getting at is if you take point guard reps away from Quickly, now ask yourself, who gets those point guard reps on the Knicks? That's rhetorical. I don't need an answer. I already know the answer is Derrick Rose, right? So if you move Quickly off point, now Derrick Rose is getting more minutes. And if you move Quickly to the 2, who is he taking minutes away from that would otherwise play the 2 guard? You got to take minutes away from Evan Fournier and Quentin Grimes, right? Because those are the only 2 other candidates remaining, right?
Go ahead, my fault.
Let Freezy cook.
Yeah. My fault. Because I was going to ask him something about
once a kid goes against Tibbs' play, sub Tibbs, snatch him straight out the game, bro. What I'm getting at is
happy hour.
What I'm saying is you can't just assume that moving one guy from one place to another solves the grand puzzle. There is no such thing as a pure point guard in the NBA anymore. I don't care what you say, how you describe a point guard. Ja Morant is not a pure point guard. Ja Morant is a score first playmaker. He's not a pure point guard. He's not Stockton. He's not Magic Johnson. He's a score first athlete. If Ja Morant was 6'8", he might be a small forward. Right? When you say Emmanuel Quickly, what Emmanuel Quickly does, and this is where Shotgunner came in for a soft landing. Shotgunner, I'm frustrated with you too, bro. In order for you to become, I'm dead serious. In order for you to become a star at this, like I think you have the potential to, you can't just come in for soft landings when other people are around just for people to agree with you, bro. What you should have been saying with Quickly is, when Emmanuel Quickly's shot is not going, he do other stuff to help the team win.
That's a fact.
He do when RJ Barrett's shot ain't going. What does RJ Barrett do when his shot's not going?
Keep shooting.
Keep shooting. Keep driving left. That's what RJ. When Julius Randle's shot is not going, he'll come up with offensive rebound. He'll try to do other stuff. But RJ Barrett, when his shot is not going, you don't know what he does. He doesn't have. He's got a neutral impact, right? When Cam Reddish's shot's not going, Cam Reddish cranks up his defense and tries to be an elite defender.
But does your point about point guards, is it just a good point in general, Freezy? Because when you break it down, it's a developing point.
Right.
And I think, with the team, they skipping that process. And when you do it, it's like when they were saying earlier,
wait. Oh, go ahead, Harwell. Go ahead. Because I feel like you're contradicting your point a little bit. Because when I said that was my point, because that's why I went back to last year. I said we were 7-2 towards the end of last year. You can say it's garbage times or it was what, but IQ was starting at the point guard. So my whole thing is he was progressing each game. You saw him getting better at it. We signed Brunson to $100 million, $4 million contract, 4-year, $100 million contract. The only reason I brought up the confidence thing is because as just a human being, he's going at the table like, God, yo, you didn't see the last 10 games of the season, like.
But how you gonna say that, like, bro? But how did I contradict myself? But I ain't gonna. Let me just say this: how you gonna say that take twice when we already established that as an opportunity on the Knicks? IQ.
No, you said develop. You said development, and hold up, you said development, and that's just my point. The Knicks never gave him a chance to develop at the point guard position. That was just my point.
They've been running.
I understand that, but
5 minutes a game.
Like the Knicks, no, he's not a point guard, because when you look at him play, you can see he's not a point guard. He never really played the point guard. They just went back and forth about, did he play the point guard in college? You get what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're saying, but in rotation, why is it the first person to come off behind Jalen Brunson if he's not a point guard, or the Knicks don't see him as a point guard?
No, I gave you my last take on that a while back before, when I told you that Tibbs was trying to force him to be a point guard to find more minutes for him. That was my own opinion on why he was doing that. And then, he put Burks at the point. We went back and forth about that for a little while back. And I was saying, I came to the conclusion that was the whole thing. They knew they wanted Brunson and quickly don't fit the description. Now, if you have another player on your team that fit the description and Brunson, you still got to pay the bag to, why wouldn't you let him do it? If he's fit the description, you looking on the outside looking in, and we have so much opportunity on this Knicks team. If that's the case, Quickly should be doing the stuff that people expect him to do. He gets an opportunity from Tibbs more than anybody. So
Harwell,
I
wanted to pose a question. If we had hypothetically drafted Maxey, we probably would be viewing him the same exact way.
I agree. I said that the other day, bro. Dre, I said that Maxey on the Knicks, I don't know if Quickly would be on Maxey level because they could be a little different in player, but to the point of the opportunity,
Maxey's playing 35 minutes a night from last year.
Rivers is just giving him the opportunity. So that's the good example of developing properly. But when you're on a team like that and you got Burks at the point and they don't even give you the ball to let you get that opportunity, this is another great example because they was trying to win now instead of worrying about later. And now they want to turn around and ask Quickly and Obi, even RJ, because remember, RJ was in the corner too. I'm just breaking it down to you, to step up and do all this stuff. Like they could skip the process of letting these guys make mistakes and learn how to play when they first, second, and third year players, because that's what they really was in the process of all of that. You see what I'm saying? So, Shaq, if you want to say that, cool, I'm with you. But if Quickly couldn't break that and get in that lineup over Burks, that's not on Tibbs, because Tibbs just is trying to win. He didn't feel like Quickly could give him that. So your point, trying to keep saying Quickly did, he couldn't even get over Alec Burks at the point, bro.
That's true. And then guess what? Guess what? Hold on. Drake. Then you trade him, Harwell. Then you trade him.
I'm not agreeing with the front office at all, my guy.
So that's what I'm saying. If he that bad, you just trade him.
No. Me and you are building on the technicalities of what we think on Quickly, because if me and you was in that gym, right? Do you think our perspective would be a little different from we just looking on the outside in?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the advantage that they have on us, right? And I told you, if you could put Alec Burks at the point over him, that could be the worst thing you could do because he feel like he could have no shot to win it quickly. Even if you still say you're going to sign Brunson, that does not mean you shouldn't give Quick a chance to at least showcase his talent. So if he do go somewhere else, or plan B would be him still being here, right? Because they didn't expect him to still be here, and you need him now. And now he ain't playing that much better because of that. As
But
well.
he's still average. But no, not really. Because what he improved on this year, you could say that last year. But this year, he wasn't giving us 16 rebounds. He wasn't giving us a double-double like when his shot not working. Yes, he's still taking bad shots. But at the end of the day, he's coming up defensively. He's making more efforts on the rebound.
I'm not saying
because he's trying to affect the game on winning. Now, at the end of the day, when he misses a shot and Tips pull him back out, we all know quickly he's a rhythm player. I've been said that. Let's just try to see what the kid can do with a Tyrese, man. Let's just give him 35, man. Let's just try, man. But that's never happened or going to happen under a Tom Thibodeau type of coach. And that's not quickly fault. That's been my whole point.
Well, but listen, I'm not taking none from Quickly's improvements. One more thing I want to say, I'll pass it to you. I'm not taking none from Quickly's improvements, right? But I'm trying to show you opportunity. What team could Quickly go on right now and start on?
Washington Wizards.
Very many.
The Wizards? Who's at the 2 on the Wizards?
At the 1, Bill. We talk about the point.
At the 1. I don't know about that. They got the other kid. But anyway, the point I'm making is, right, when you have a lot of opportunity on this Knicks team, right, with Grimes being out, Cam wasn't even really in the rotation. You know what I'm saying? Brunson having some off games. This is a good opportunity for Quickly to do what people think he could do. Good play, you up by 9 and stuff like that in the 4th. Good play, lift your team and win those games. Or I'm not pointing the finger at Quickly and just one. I'm just pointing at the games itself. No, listen, the games itself. If you was in these games, he could have been on the floor when he was playing great. That could have been a point where you could say, well, Tibbs didn't make an adjustment and put him back in or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying they lose as a team. And when there's so much opportunity right now, Quickly could be doing more if you ask me, because he is getting decent minutes coming off the bench.
Not really. He getting the same minutes as last year. And that's just my point. But when
that's
we
good though. With Brunson here, he's getting the same minutes. With Brunson here and he's getting the same minutes, that's good.
Nah, that's not good to me, man.
And Cam is getting minutes.
But guess what? He getting the same minutes, but he didn't digress. He progressing. And when he noticed his shot not going, he gets 16 rebounds and double doubles. Because that's my point. He is getting better that's not happening with our players. You got to give him a little more credit for a slight role for a player that's getting the same minutes behind a player like Brunson and knowing his mistakes and capitalizing on them, because he did not do that last year. And he's, to me, don't get me wrong, he's still taking bad shots. That's my problem with him. But what my boy is doing that nobody on the panel is saying, and slight under it, is he's making up for mistakes that none of our players are doing. So to me, it's progression.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Quickly is a point guard? And do you think is he making anybody else better besides Obi Toppin?
I keep saying I think he is a point guard. Now, at my thing, do we have some learning to do? Yes, he has some learning to do. So to answer your question, he's not making nobody. It's obvious he's not making anybody better but Obi, because that's why you answered the question. That's why you answered. Right? That's why you presented the question like that, because you know the only person he's making better is Obi. So it was really a rhetorical question that I can't answer. I was going to lose that anyways.
No, I wanted to hear what you felt about it. It wasn't really like a question to you.
I mean, it's obvious he's not making nobody better. And I don't mean that with no disrespect, but even you know that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you said it. That's the point. It's obvious
as a point guard, right? As a point guard.
As a point guard. But yes, but what I'm saying, what he's doing in his limited roles is he is definitely doing what he didn't do last year. Is he's contributing, affecting the game more, and what he know he can do. And that's what's making him, and it's still not making him stay on the floor. That's just my point. So it's something there between from last year we seen with the scoring. Now we seeing rebound, defense, and assists. So it's something there, bro. That's just been my whole point.
How many minutes is in discrepancy reference to a starter or his minutes, because if he was playing better, the way Tibbs is coaching, he would get the more minutes. Even when Obi is playing good, he's kept Obi in. So that is an adjustment Tibbs have made, because we all know Tibbs haven't been doing that. So how many difference in minutes? Because that's the point I'm really trying to make to you. He can earn the time that you fighting for him for, but he's streaky. He don't come out and do good. Like, do you think he's better than Brunson?
No, this what I'm saying. Like I'm saying that the backlash on Quickly is hard, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna ask you a question. Besides Jordan Poole, name a bench player that uplifts their team and average 17 to 20 minutes a game, that uplift their team and help their team out. You got 29 options.
It's not that many.
All right, that's my point. So the criticism on IQ is very, very, very hard.
Keyword is bench. Keyword is bench.
No,
you acting like he's a starter. We know he's a good bench player. I compare IQ like a Lou Will, somebody that could come off the bench and give you some quick microwave buckets. I don't expect IQ to create shots. See, the problem is, right, these players don't just play the game. They stuck in their head. They got to make decisions according to what plays develop in the game. Just make the right decisions. You can't come out saying you're going to just look for OB or you're going to do. That's why they games look the way they do in real time. You feel what I mean? Now, IQ don't have the IQ to just come out and be a point guard or score the ball at the threat that Brunson does, because Brunson scores more consistently than IQ can if he's going to even look to take his own shot. So that leaves Brunson more of a threat at the point of attack to make the defense sink in, and then he could create other shots. That's why Brunson would be a better point guard than IQ. IQ is not as efficient as Brunson is, even starting a game. I don't know how IQ is going to do on a regular basis being a starter. I started off saying he's a bench player, and even you said you compare it to the 29 teams benches in the league.
Okay, no, I agree. For now, I think as a point guard, if you're going to use him as a point guard role, he's a bench, like he's a backup point guard. He's not a starting level point guard in this league. No way. He's a backup point guard. But I think in the starting role is, because we talk about the criticism with him is it's a shot selection. He's passing up good shots and he's taking bad shots, and then sometimes he's too passive. That to me goes away if he goes into a starting role beside Brunson.
Let him cook.
And let him be beside a point guard that controls a lot of his shot selection too. So have him on an off-ball role, I think makes Quickly a lot more efficient and a better player, because I do agree the secondary facilitating's there and the rebounding's there. And I think the efficiency will come a lot more if he is starting. So I agree. I think he does deserve a shot. The problem is Fournier is there on big money. Quickly deserves a shot. Cam deserves a shot. Grimes deserves a shot. So it's at the moment, Quickly's going to have to do what he's doing and be a backup point guard until they figure out what is going. But I think what he realistically needs to do is like what Maxi's better playing second ball handler beside Harden. I think it's going to be a lot better. It'll be a lot better the same thing for Quickly playing beside Brunson, so he doesn't have to create everything himself. Because everything himself, he's creating everything himself in the second unit.
For development, though, Sha, you know that, right? Because we want to develop, but they're not doing that. I think that's the key point. Go ahead, bro.
No, that's what I was going to get to, the development. But with Brunson, y'all say to me like IQ, like the reason I'm not even going far fetched, but the reason why I just got a question for all three of the panel. Like, how many teams out of a playoff team was lined up to get Jalen Brunson?
I mean,
the Knicks, right? Hold on, the Knicks, right? The Knicks went all out. No,
the Pistons were rumored to be after him, but then they got really high in the draft, and then they were like, "Wow."
That's not answering the question, Dre. That's not answering the question. That's not answering the question. You said the Pistons. We know Kate Cunningham. We know that's not true. We know that's not true.
No.
He played beside Luka, so they were looking at the same
rumors
thing.
Were that they wanted him at the deadline.
You
At
see
the
what Joe
deadline,
just said
they were
though?
looking
You
at.
could play beside somebody, so you never know. But they got Jaden Ivey. That could have been before.
That's the thing is they were interested in when they got the 5th pick in the draft.
They were
And
like,
then the
nah.
Knicks
They were like,
kind of
nah.
then
We
there
just
was the
don't take.
rumors
Yeah.
that Brunson was more or less going to the Knicks. Then they pulled out. The Mavs
No,
wanted him
I
back,
think
and I think the Mavs are kind of hurting right now without him.
nah, I disagree. I mean, at the end of the day, they clearly need a point guard, but I don't think they're hurting. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not saying I feel like that's the point. Jalen Brunson played great off of a superstar. Like he clearly can't carry a team. You know what I'm saying?
And the
So hold
Pistons
on,
think that Cade will be a superstar. That's why the whole rumor of him going there was a thing. It was a thing. Like, I'm
they're
not
giving him
making
a
this up.
chance. Which we got to respect the organization because they drafted him and they're giving him a chance. So like I respect that. He's only going into his second year in the league, guys. Like
They were going to play Brunson beside him. They were going to go backcourt of 2 guards like they're doing now with Ivy. But the fact is, but this was before the draft. They didn't know where they were getting, and then they got the 5th pick. So
that's my point.
maybe before that they were linked with Brunson. They were going to trade for him at the deadline. The Knicks were going to trade for him too, and the Mavs turned down deals, said they weren't going to trade him because they thought they'd be able to pay him and keep him.
I know it's only been 7 games. I know it's like hold on. I'm gonna forget to finish right, but I'm just gonna finish my last point. I know it's been said. This is what I was getting into. I know it's only been 7 games, but like a lot of people, like I say, I pay attention to every context and everybody do, and I respect everybody's opinion because everybody pretty much know what they're talking about. But Nate McMillan exposed the Knicks. At the end of the day, when he exposed to the Knicks when he went into that zone, is that he wanted us to beat us on the perimeter. He dared us. He didn't respect nobody, not even Jalen Brunson. He said, "Beat me on the perimeter." Because you guys are outside. You guys are out. You guys are an inside out team. If Jalen Brunson is not driving or Julie Ransom not getting the paint, you guys can't do nothing. And that's what's proven. That was a main reason why we lost the game. Adding Jalen Brunson is going to help us. Hold on. Adding Jalen Brunson is going to help us win the games and keep us in games. But when they trap him, like Milwaukee did and Memphis did, he can't do nothing. Because he's an inside player and he has to work twice as hard to get a shot. Go ahead.
The thing I was gonna say is you guys weren't on last night, but I basically said we have terrible roster construction. Like 4 out of the 5 guys in our starting lineup needs 2 feet in the paint to be effective. All of them. Mitch is in a dunker spot. We all know Brunson does his best work when he has 2 feet in the paint, even if he's taking a jumper. Randall's at his best attacking, and RJ's at his best attacking. And it's too much clutter in the paint. It makes it way too easier to defend. Our roster construction is terrible, which is why RJ looks better with the bench players and why Randall may look better with the bench players, because these guys don't all clog up the paint. Like IQ is not in the paint all game. Neither is Obi, but that's based on how we use him. But there are principles that do not work together with these 4 players that are in the lineup. And it might get offset if we change a player here and there. We might get better in transition if we put in a better defender to help us get easy buckets and get stops. But from a principle standpoint, like 4 of these guys don't fit. They just do not fit for a consistent.
Dre, also too, Nate McMillan exposed, you gotta pay attention to contact. You attack Brunson and get him into foul trouble early. That's what you do.
Oh yeah,
you get him in foul trouble. That's what he did.
He done what we should have done to Trey Young.
You know what,
we should have got Trey Young inside and the East the other way.
Cleveland had the same strategy because if you remember the play, even when Allen from Cleveland was backing up when Randy was coming down, they was baiting him in the jumpers. I said that on the last show when we was on here with Coach. You look at the game, I watch it over again. They giving them shots that, you
got to prove
they're not shots that they always make.
I'm confused. What does that have to do with Jalen Brunson getting in foul trouble?
No, we was talking about as far as
I missed it.
Strategies.
No, like he's off the floor, like he's clearly a great 4 general. He pushed the floor. You can't deny that. Never saying that. But Nate McMillan, go ahead.
No, my bad. Sha was talking about too how Nate McMillan forced them into jumpers, and I said when we was on there about they baiting Randall in the jumpers, that was the same thing Cleveland had did to us, forced them in the hit. Even when they make them, they shots that's not sustainable, and they keep taking those shots. But you got to realize that they're giving me that shot for a reason. They don't want me to go to the paint. And that's why Randall had a couple threes at certain points. If y'all realize, he didn't take it and he gave his back to the player to kind of get in a more of a threat position, because he even realized that his jumper wasn't falling from there where they was baiting him in to shoot from. And Sha said the Hawks last game, they did the same thing. And I remember from Cleveland, that was my take. That's why I brought it up. But Brunson is getting baited into those shots as well. And he got to stop fouling. You can't say they bait him in the foul. He got to stop falling for that and stop reaching, because the ref is watching him, whatever he's doing.
No, not even. But if you notice, though, Hardwell too, they give him a taste of his own medicine. Like I say, he have to like this. How Brunson get a shot, and he's great. I'm not even discrediting his point. He try to strengthen you by powering you down, and he get off his shot by getting his turnaround fadeaway shot, and then that's what get him going. But at the end of the day, they was putting Holiday, putting them in the paint too, and somehow there's some way Brunson would end up in the paint, and they switch off and back him down, and that's where he was getting most of all his fouls from. And I was like, dang, how did Nate McMillan get him in the paint? Like, it was just a great strategy. So that's my thing. I just see, like, because at the end of the day, they know he's good, but they know once they shut him down, it's really nothing we can do, because we're the paint team. Clearly, we can't win on the perimeter. At home, we should.
That was big concerns we had when Brunson was signed. Was they signed Brunson and they paid Mitch, and you're like, oh, what? I thought when they were going to bring Brunson in, they might bring a stretch in to start.
Yeah, that would have worked.
That's where it kind of confused me. I'm like, all right, so you basically one shooter who's inconsistent in Fournier and four guys who can't shoot. And to me, it was the front office banking on RJ and Rondo shooting 40% from three like they did 2 years ago again. That's where there was, and that's not happening. So now it's backfiring. And
so Joe Madden
is going to look bad because he can't do what he needs to do inside.
So you go out there and you go get Cat.
I don't think Minnesota's giving Cat up yet. They just traded their future for Rudy Gobert, so they're going to see how that works for a year.
And they set Cat up because they want picks back. That was obvious. They gave all those picks up. They set Cat up because they're going to start saying he can't play defense, which we all know Cat is not a four. And at the end of the day, that's where we come in and play in town. Because we have the
picks back. They're going to get less picks back than they got for Gobert. So that would look bad for them.
But that's going to be that's the leverage. I agree with you, but I think that's where they're going to stand on. You get what I'm saying? Like, but Cat not worth fighting.
I got a fix for it right now. This is my fix. Evan Fournier going forward is situational. And I'm talking about way situational. I'm talking about behind Svi Mikhailuk. I'm talking about that situational.
Well, he's playing like he's going on his next team already.
Yeah,
he ain't playing like he interested. He's already
he trade bait, man.
But Joe, I agree with you with the play is down. But this is where I'm gonna tell you what's happening to Evan Fournier. Father Time has caught up with him. That's what you see, and that diminished like you used to see a spry. You used to see a goofy Evan Fournier, like a dude that had a tiny bit of athleticism, and he used it like he had a bag, right? But now he don't have no athleticism, and he using it like he got a bag.
He got 140,000 miles, Freeze. He shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be playing Euro over the seas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And he do that every year because they do them European tournaments. They do them every year.
He's like 30, but he moves like he's 37.
Right. But signing him is another. Wait, Uncle Freezy, you about to say something?
Yeah, that's what I be saying. I be trying to put a point out. Y'all be killing me, bro. I'm like, yo, let me just finish my thing and get out the way. Yo, so but what I'm saying is Fournier has so many miles on him. I think you need to use him going forward like we've been using Derrick Rose, or maybe even less. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the thing I think Shotgun is gonna like. You have to make Emmanuel Quickley a starter.
Woo!
Right. You have to make Emmanuel Quickley a starter, right? And here's why. Not because Emmanuel Quickley brings some over-the-top skills, some undeniable NBA skills, but and I'm saying this, and I know I'm double talking on it because I'm going back and forth, but I'm about 52-48 on it, right? I think Emmanuel Quickly, without the ball in his hands, does a lot of the intangible stuff that all NBA starting lineups need. Right? Like say for instance, the primary ball handler, Jalen Brunson, is trying to post up a bigger guard. There's nothing there. He kicks it out to Evan Fournier for Evan Fournier to create something. Right? But in that scenario, right? That scenario where Jalen Brunson's trying to cook another guard, there's nothing there. He kicks it out too quickly. Now Quickly can at least create something for himself or others. Now, am I saying, do I want Emmanuel Quickly to be the primary ball handler in a NBA offense? No, hell no. Hell no. Right? But what I'm saying is I would prefer to have it look like a Dame Lillard, CJ McCollum type backcourt, right? Where Dame is the primary guy, but if you overload on Dame, CJ McCollum can kill you, right? That's what I'm talking about. Now, Quentin Grimes will never be that. Don't try to talk to me about no Grimes, no Optimus Grimes can be the secondary ball handler. Hell no. And don't talk to me about RJ Barrett being no secondary ball handler. RJ Barrett is a power forward. Right? Stop it. RJ Barrett is not a 2. RJ Barrett is not a shooting guard. RJ Barrett doesn't even move. We say Emmanuel Quickly is a 2, and you see how he moves. And then you also want to say RJ Barrett is a 2? Get out of here. That's the most ridiculous double talk I've heard in my life. We do that all the time. Quickly's not a 2, but we need RJ to play the 2. I mean, Quickly's not a point. Quickly's a 2. Move Quickly to the 2, and then move RJ back to. Really? Do you see the way that both of those guys move? RJ Barrett's not a 2. RJ Barrett's a power forward in today's basketball, right? Here's the thing,
Too short though, no?
No.
6'3".
No, and Joe, but so here's the thing.
If PJ Tucker can do it, he could do it.
PJ Tucker can hit the 3.
What? I don't know what y'all talking about. But here's the thing.
RJ,
No, I'm just saying, like you said, he said, like I agree with you. I believe RJ's a 4. I believe you got
RJ's almost Randy
money.
Knight, though.
I think you nailed it on the money with that.
But the thing I'm getting at is whether RJ Barrett starts at the power forward or not is not even the issue. The issue is getting glue guys in your lineup, in the starting lineup. The starting 5 doesn't have glue guys. Mitch is invisible. Mitch is a 7.7 rebound, good defensive guy that makes $15 million. He ain't no glue guy. Evan Fournier is an $18 million a year sharpshooter who's not sharp no more. He's an $18 million dull shooter. Right? But what Quickly does is in those moments where Randall can't create something, like what Hall Will said, when defenses back off of Randall, you have a Quickly on the floor that can at least create something. When RJ Barrett's shot is not going, you have Quickly on the floor that's going to. And what it is Tibbs is showing y'all before y'all eyes, this is the direction that he's going. Quickly is the last game. Quickly played 29 minutes. 29 minutes. And he's been playing in the 20s for the last 2 years. Tibbs is telling y'all that he is about to elevate Emmanuel Quickly to the starting lineup. But he's grooming him and pushing him in that direction slowly by building up his minutes per game off the bench and having him in certain situations. But we don't see that because we expect it to be like a lot of Knicks fans. We love the press conference. We don't want to see it on the floor. We want to see, I decided to make. We like the spectacle. I finally made the move. I'm sitting Fournier. He made me mad. Nah. Tibbs has been moving quickly towards this for 2 years. And now I think the time is coming for Quickly to be that guy. And don't talk to me about a short backcourt because everybody that talks short backcourt is they don't know basketball. They should work. They should start flying kites.
They wanted to trade for Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's 6'1", so you can't talk Jalen Brunson Quickly being small because Quickly's what 6'3".
Yes, and Joe,
Yeah.
and Joe, and,
With a
and Joe,
7-foot
guess,
wingspan.
right, and the team that we just lost to, the Atlanta Hawks, guess what they have?
Trae Young.
They have a small backcourt.
And Murray, yep.
Trae Young's little, Murray's little, and then the backup Aaron Holiday is little.
Yeah, but Murray's defense though plays like he's 7 foot.
Yeah, like he's
DeJounte's 6'5".
But-
He's like 6'5".
Right,
His wingspan
DeJounte's
is
young.
crazy.
He's small for a 3. And he was locking up our team.
His wingspan is the same as IQ's
Yeah.
6'10" wingspan.
Yeah. But his driver's license says he's 6'4". Regardless
Right.
of all this stuff, his driver's license say he's 6'4", right? And so what I'm saying is, see, this whole small backcourt thing, all it is reasons for the Knicks want a star in the worst way. So every time we talk about making internal changes, we flood the conversation with 1,000 different excuses because we want Donovan Mitchell or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We want Devin Booker. So if we don't get that, if we like, nah, we can't get you Devin Booker, but maybe we can start winning games if we add quickly to the starting lineup. We gonna say, whoa, quickly farts in a no fart zone, or whatever excuse it is to make for us not going and getting a star. That's what we say, right? But Quickly's birthday is not in December. Whatever excuse it is,
They don't like in-house changes.
Yes,
Exactly.
Everything has to be out of house.
Yes, the only way we'll be satisfied is going out and getting an external, going out and getting an external savior. That's the only answer that's satisfactory to us. Right?
Bro, all we had to do, man, was make 5. If we'd have gave him 5 picks, 3 swap picks, what do you want?
Joe, you see what I'm talking about? Joe?
What I did?
I see what you're talking about, but I also see what he's talking about too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, my whole
We'd be
point.
talking about this. We'd have Spider.
Danny
There wouldn't be
Ainge.
none of this.
I'm just going back to that point because Danny Ainge is a made man. I think Leon Rose, like I said,
what I'm saying, Joe, is Shotgunner just knighted my point. He just put the cheese.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, he just put the cheese on my burger, bro. Yeah,
I agree with you, Uncle Brady.
you know what I'm saying? Because if we talk internal changes, if we speak about internal changes and making the team better internally, then people don't want to hear it. We still want to.
No, I agree.
Joe, Shot's still talking about a dude that played for another team.
Yeah, because that's heartbreaking to me.
But what about Emmanuel Quickly? So you don't care about Emmanuel Quickly?
No, I do, but he's not gonna never get. We just signed somebody before the next. We saying he's gonna be our point guard for the next 4 years. So I know that's not possible. It's not possible for him to.
No, you know he's gonna be a Knicks player for the next 4 years. You don't know he's gonna be the starting point guard. You just know that he's under contract for the next 4 years.
We're talking about Sean. We're talking about him possibly going to the 2.
Right.
No, I don't like
starting
it.
beside Jalen Brunson.
It's gonna tell it all tonight. If Quickly don't start and Cam start or somebody else, that's trouble. That's trouble for Quick.
I just think they see him as a backup point guard. Nope, that don't necessarily mean that because again, I pay attention to who comes in after Jalen Brunson. And IQ always come in. He don't come in after Fournier.
But y'all just said, but Freezy just broke down the size of the backcourts, and if Quickly is of size and nobody's at the 2, that was his whole point he was trying to give to you, and you fell back on your stance, and you didn't put Quickly there.
Soft landing.
Yeah.
But I don't want him there.
How can you make us believe in Quickly and you don't even think he could start
every opportunity?
No. That's not. I'm being realistic. Bro. No. I'm not. Go ahead. I'm a reality guy.
Hold on. Hey, Shotgun. I don't want to go down that road because we're not getting Spider, and that's it.
No. I'm not getting Spider. I'm just talking about reality.
Let me get to my point. It's another point that I want to ask Hard Will. We got Hard Will, and Hard Will is so gracious to give us some of his time, bro. We got to take advantage of it. Hard Will.
Yeah, bro.
Hard Will, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. If the Knicks start Quentin Grimes tonight, it is the ultimate sign of desperation, bro. If the Knicks start Quentin Grimes tonight over Evan Fournier, it's waving the white flag. It's everybody
or over Quickly too, right?
Yes, that's my point. That's the point I was trying to get
I
to
know.
before Shotgunner came in for the soft
And I
landing. What
thought
I'm saying,
Shaq was gonna ride that wave, and then he didn't, and he's so
but he
disappointed.
started
Wait, let me
backpedaling.
get to my point. Go ahead.
But Grimes is untouchable, Freezy. Of course, he used to go straight from the doctor's office to the starting lineup.
To the
It's
MVP.
Grimes. You can't trade him.
Optimus Grimes, bro. And so my point is if Tibbs and this organization starts Grimes tonight, it lets me know every move they made in the offseason, including the draft, was a failure. Right? Because if you are looking for a savior to come save you after game 8, that means all the stuff you did in the offseason didn't work. What I would expect.
Maybe Grimes was a big part of it because remember, Grimes was untradeable. Maybe Grimes was showing us some stuff that we didn't see, even though we wasn't too impressed off of the Summer League second place. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I do feel like Grimes could have helped us in some of these close games. You know, when he would have changed the last situation, I don't think so. So that just goes to show we ain't ready for those top-notch NBA teams. And I think the point is, we can't worry about that like that. Let's worry about developing some of these players for next season if they're going to be here, or he needs to see who he got to let go and who he got to keep, because he really don't know who these players are. And in a losing season, if you go through that all over again, not knowing who your young pups are, that's bad. So when you see him playing guys like he never did before, like the Obies and Rose not getting a lot of minutes, I think that has a lot to do with that point.
Dre, what you think? Do you think starting Quentin Grimes tonight is waving the white flag?
I don't believe it's waving the white flag because there can be.
Well, are they shaking the white flag? Are they just like, what are they doing with the white flag if they start Grimes? Nothing.
I don't think it's waving a white flag because I feel like Tibbs didn't want Grimes to be traded to begin with. So that's his whole plan. His plan was to start Grimes. So I feel like this is the first option. Like this is what he wanted to do from the beginning if they were to put Grimes in.
So Tom Thibodeau runs the organization.
Yes. I feel like he has a lot more say than we realize.
And that's a problem for
you know why though?
To be on
Because
the
they're gonna
seat.
let Tibbs hang himself. They're gonna let him
run the roster. I think he run the roster.
He's gonna make his own decision. So if he fails, it's on him. If
they're gonna let him make his own bed.
Yeah, let him make his own bed because you can't tell a man how to save his own life. You're gonna force him how to save his life, and then it don't work. Then he gonna blame you. So,
well, this is what I think. I think at the negotiation was like basically, do we go all in for Spider or do we extend our young kids? And it was a debate on the table. I think a lot of hands got raised for extending RJ, but a lot of hands got raised for Donovan Mitchell. But somehow, some way, the young kid side worked. I mean, got more.
No, Gunner. I didn't mean to cut you. Look, Gunner. They did not work, bro. They did not. Leon Rose plan didn't work playing with Ainge the way he did. You see what I'm saying? That's why they doubled back and gave those kids the money, RJ the bag, and
I agree with that.
Saying now, oh, we believe in our kids. That's why when
Dre, you see how sneaky I am with these conversations, bro.
Freezy played the video.
See how sneaky I am.
Hey, you not the master.
I know Uncle Freezy doing. Yeah, Uncle Freezy smart.
How Leon Rose is contradicting himself, like we don't remember that in real time.
And he contradicting himself in real time to himself.
Yeah. He's only fooling himself.
Yeah, he lied.
I told y'all that.
Lied to himself, and then you can see his face like, damn, am I lying to myself?
But I heard you say it earlier, Freezy. You said it too, and I've been said it a while back. You can't not try to trade everything and then try to sell us the same stuff. You try to sell all these goods, and now you trying to sell us that we're gonna be good with these goods? No, bro.
How I feel about what he done with the deal was he killed the deal by giving RJ that extension. There was no deal with the Cavs until he extended RJ. Once he gave extended RJ, he pulled RJ off the table.
No. It was the last offer. Go ahead. It was that last offer. It was. Go ahead.
And then he gave RJ the bag. He thought nobody else had an opportunity, so he was playing hardball with Ainge. When Ainge was smarter all along, because look what Ainge is doing. People thought he wanted to tank and all of this. And look how good the team is playing off of the players that he got back in return. So what he doing already is knowing what he has faster than the Knicks know what they got. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
And then that was my point of going in for RJ. I've been said it in the summer. I said Danny Ainge set the market price for RJ Barrett. He said, I don't think he's that guy. And he was right. He was right. I said, you can't argue with a made man
took
like
60
that.
million less, though. It ain't like RJ couldn't have got
No, that's
more.
what he had to your point, Herwell. That's what he had to take.
I feel you.
That's what he had to take. That was the option. It was no other option.
But listen, what does that tell us too? If you're paying attention the correct way, that means that Leon Rose didn't believe in RJ fully neither, bro.
Of course, that's why I didn't get why we didn't trade him. That was the whole point.
Stop
because
saying it wrong, Shy. It's not that we didn't trade him. We didn't pull off the trade. That's why Joe stated you can't go that far. Listen carefully. You can't go that far and not get the job done. You got to be willing to spend more because you already sacrificed the players knowing that they about to be traded. Joe Madden said that early in
Donovan Mitchell said he went to bed Monday night thinking he was going to bed thinking he was going to be a Knick. You don't see RJ Barrett the same way thought he was going to be Jazz.
And I had a chance to be with my mother in New York. I thought it was done. That was right before the game. He exploded on us in Cleveland, bro. So with that being said,
RJ probably went to bed thinking that night he was
another thing too.
Hold on. Real quick, I said this months ago, bro, that if I go to the table negotiating for Spider, and as long as we haven't had that level of talent, I would have spent more money, knowing that I already sacrificed, letting these guys know I'm willing to trade them. What am I going to have on my hands? So sometime in that situation, you got to spend more than usual in that type of situation. Not when the deal first went through for Gobert. I'm talking about when Durant decided to stay and the market went back regular. You were supposed to go and tell them, all right, cool, we give you this for Spider, the extra what they wanted, and get that deal done. That's doing business. Leon Rose failed when he went halfway. He played double Dutch. When he was going back and forth now the rope is tearing him up for playing the right, bro.
I agree. So Harwell, he made himself go ahead. Well, one more, I'm gonna pass it to you, Joe. Just a quick little point. And he made himself look delusional because that's the reason. Also, you can say that Danny Ainge asked for a lot of picks out of Rudy Gobert trade, but no, he was looking at us in the draft. He said, "Okay, you guys getting prepared to come at me for Spider. Okay, you trading picks away, you getting picks. That's for me, right? Like, so what is he not supposed to do? Not ask for the picks, Leon? Like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Even the scratch, it goes back to the draft. Like, what was the point of like that? The point that we thought you was getting them picks for the Spider. So why would Danny Ainge think that? Why else?
But those are conversations we had during the summertime, bro. Ain't nothing we can do about the Donovan Mitchell deal. What I'm saying, I understand, but at some point you have to understand that's water under the bridge. You are on the bridge, bro, and dry. The water is underneath the bridge, bro. You watching it pass by you.
Yeah, but Uncle Breezy, I can't. The only reason I got it, like, I'm sorry, like, because he's one of my top.
So you going to jump in the river. So you going to jump in the river.
Nah.
You would rather be in the water than on the bridge.
Uncle Freezy, I just don't want my team to do. I get what you mean. Like, what do we do now? Yes, that's reality. But like, I'm sorry, Uncle Freeze. Like, a chance slipping something out of your hands like that, like, and you can see it with your eyes, is just straight fool's gold, man. Like, that's just all to me, man. Like, Tahar
that was 2 months ago.
Yeah,
and
man.
There's nothing you could do about that right now.
And we just seen it light us up a couple of days ago.
Right.
It's still kind of resonating back in Knicks fans' heads.
It's December 4th. Right? You think he lit us up? Wait till December 4th.
Right. But what I'm saying to you is we just lost to the Hawks, who had nothing to do. Yo, my man D'Angelo in the building. D'Angelo, my brother, what's good? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, been a long time.
Yeah, man. Hey, I love you, brother. You been getting along good?
Love you too, man. You know I love you. So I love all the guys.
No doubt, man. You been getting along good?
Yeah. Just real busy, running around.
You ate good yesterday?
What's that?
You ate good yesterday?
Oh yeah. What are you kidding? You still got the invite to come to my house. I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it.
Hell yeah, I'm coming. I just don't know when. I gotta figure out some stuff. Yeah, man. It's good to see you, boss.
Good to see you, man. You know,
man. Friday afternoon, man. I bet you winding down the work day. What do you got? Like 3 more hours left, 2 more hours
Oh
left?
yeah. No, I snuck in for a little bit. I want to say hi. That's it.
Oh, okay. Hey, so I'm up here, man. Shotgunner is waffling like John Kerry about Emmanuel Quickly, bro.
Oh really?
Nah.
Shotgunner legit said that IQ is a saint. And then we were like, well, let's give him a holiday. He was like, nah, but he's not really that good. He's an almost saint.
Nah, man, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying basically is like, if you sign, I just feel like the signing from Brunson just basically said he was the starting point guard for the next 4 years. That might not be true, but like I say, like at the end of the day, I always Jalen Brunson when he got signed this summer for 4 years, 100 million. Yeah, I just said like IQ. My whole point with IQ is like I think he's a star. I think he has Tyrese Maxey potential, and
so
the guys probably think I'm aggressive.
You think Maxey's a star?
Upcoming he will be an all-star one day.
He's all-star this year. I think he's averaging close to 30.
Are you serious? Yes. What? Did you see him play? Uncle Quickly?
Oh man.
So you think Doc Rivers could have did that to Quickly?
I don't. He's a championship winning coach, so I give him the benefit of the doubt. But I don't know.
Yeah, he would look better. He probably
but
he would look better. I don't know about like Maxey though. Maxey's averaging 24 on 50% shooting. I don't know if he's gonna be Maxey, but he's gonna look better. But I don't know about Maxey. Maxey's averaging 24 on 50. Like
to me, Quickly's a role player.
See, Dre ain't biased. Dre's not biased, so I always look at his tapes.
He ain't. There's certain things that Maxey can physically do that Quickly can't. Like it's just
like
that's
what?
just a fact. And
Like what? Yeah, like what?
Yeah,
he's faster. He's more agile. He's more explosive. What? He shoots better than Quickly at the moment.
Right.
From 3 and range, like, and he shoots better than Quickly in the paint.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection.
In the paint, is he not a better finisher than Quickly?
Objection, Your Honor.
I object with that. He missed a lot of floaters too. He be missing floaters.
Conjecture. Because
he got that starter's confidence.
Right, he got confidence. I just think it's a confidence thing, you know.
Yeah, I think if you take out Maxey and put in Emmanuel Quickly does what he does better.
I agree.
What is better statistically? What is better to you?
Better. I mean, he'll do all those things that Maxey does, but be a better shooter at the free throw line. Because Maxey is 74, Quickly would probably be shooting about 94 at the free throw line.
I think Maxey shot high 80s at the free throw line last year. I think sample size
right now. But if you use his points per game right now, you can't use last year.
That's fair.
Come on, Dre. You know.
But okay, and as a rookie, Maxey has shot higher than Quickly every single year, even without Harden. He shot 46 from the field. That just means he's just generally more efficient.
On how many shots though?
I mean, let me look up his stat sheet.
Objection, Your Honor.
He played 15 minutes a game his first year.
Your Honor, cannot please, Your Honor, if it pleases the court.
Man, we should have got Donovan Mitchell, man.
Shy, let it go, man.
Shotgunner, bro. Either you on the bridge or you in the water. It's water under the bridge. Which one?
You got to
seeing him and Garland doing alley hoops and stuff. Man, I'd be jealous, man. I don't know.
Oh God,
he's like a jealous girlfriend. I'm gonna be honest.
I
can't stand to see their highlights. I hate Cleveland.
Back in for in 2025. Right now, it's not happening.
Right, but the point that I'm making for Quickly and Maxey is from day one, Maxey has been put in an environment where his potential was cultivated. He has been in every step of his career. He has been in plus development situations. And in Emmanuel Quickly's case, Emmanuel Quickly has been put in the savior of the franchise situations. And there's a difference. There are some nights where Tyrese Maxey may not be filled, but since he's got Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, James Harden, he can go out and take his 10 shots, get his 11 points, and go into the house. When Quickly comes into the game, Randall is struggling, the golden child is struggling, and no point guard. And so you Quickly go out there and get us 50. If you don't get us 50, we're going to lose. And then he goes out there and he doesn't get 50 and we lose. and then people will be like, "Well, Quickly is trash." Hey, Lee, Corey Lee, you got some stuff in the background, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
So who do you think that's on, Uncle Freezy? You think that's the front office, the coaching, Quickly
I think
himself?
that it's a combination of not creating a good environment to develop or like blossom a specific talent, but like
and there's another point. Go ahead, Dre. And there's one thing you leaving out.
Or what else am I leaving out?
Me personally, I think
I'm surrounding the guy with quality NBA talent.
Yeah.
Wow, when I said that earlier, I ain't get no applause.
Yo, y'all should have been clapping for Hardwell. What's wrong?
I said that way earlier, right, Shotgunner? They let it go right over their head.
Yeah, he did. I agree with you.
I said that Joe Madden said it, and that's when I first came in, because he did. Joe first said it first, and y'all thought he was saying something crazy when he said Tibbs and Randall got RJ looking like, and I was like, I don't even want to elaborate on that because they think I'm just trying to stick up for RJ, but that's the same thing that's just being real.
Hardwell, who would you prefer? Would you prefer Julius
I disagree
with
the RJ point.
Shotgun, you disagree with everything, bro. Hardwell, am I lying? Don't Shotgun disagree with everything?
Especially when it's somebody he don't like. He gonna go.
Yo, instead of
Shotgun ain't giving nobody a chance.
Nah, he ain't let nobody live, bro.
He worse than me.
Ain't no, you're right. That's what, yo, my man is like, yo, ain't nothing moving and ain't nothing living, bro. That's Shotgun.
He like, man, it's still the same vibes, man.
Freezy, I want to say, like, you guys don't like Quickly's shot selection. Maxie takes literally the same shots, but he just makes them.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Not you, but someone else.
You mean in general? In general,
yeah. I'm saying the general consensus. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying his Quickly shot selection is okay. Every now and then he'll take that one-up shot that drives me crazy.
Yep.
But his total,
that's something you got to learn to live with.
That's all. But his total shot selection, I'm okay with. It's just the you double team that you take a 27-footer when Obi Toppin is cut into the basket. I hate that shot. But that's one shot a game.
You see Randall practicing that same shot.
Oh my god! You can see like IQ and Maxie actually train together because they take legitimately the same shots. Their shot selection is identical.
They're the same player. They're the same
players. Just use a little bit more.
1 year confidence. 1 year confidence could leave you a step behind, and I think Maxie is better than him right now because.
But Quickly is confident though. Quickly don't play with lack of confidence.
So why he can't crack this lineup? Why they not Fish? Fish, what's up, Fish? How you, bro?
What up, Harvey? What up?
Yo, why they not coming out with news saying today we are acclimating Quickly because he deserves to start right now because
head coach,
Freezy just broke down how the team that beat us last game has a small backcourt the same way.
Because nobody
the head coach. We're not going to see changes till Tibbs is gone, and the only way Tibbs is gone is you lose some couple of games.
No doubt.
That's
the only way. The dude ain't gonna. He's gonna be. If we're 500 or around 500, they're gonna keep him.
You know what though? That's Tibbs' problem right there. He refuses to make an adjustment, even when he has no choice to make an adjustment.
But you know whose fault? That is Tibbs' fault too. You know he does have a lot to blame, but it's the front office fault too because they allowed him to do that.
On down.
But they gotta let him do that.
If a roster full of youth and just be like, this is what you got. Then he would have to make some type of adjustments or changes or things like that.
They just did that.
But Fish, they just did that.
Hold on. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, RJ is playing bad, man. It's not on anyone else. It's on RJ. Fish, you know what they did in the offseason? They got rid of all these vets so these young guys can play.
Fact.
Right, but
that's not an excuse no more.
And these young guys not stepping up. The only one that is stepping up every night in different ways is Emmanuel Quickly.
Right, but what I'm saying is it's 2 years too late. We should have been did that. We should have been did that. When we first got RJ, we should have put the.
It's one under the bridge, bro. It's one under the bridge. Yes, it is.
That should have could have would have.
You can't
change. No, but that's not fair. Because his His point is on, not to cut you, I'm sorry. His point is just on the whole point that he's making right now in real time, that's why it's biting us right now because of those things. That's all he's trying to say, and he's right, because that's what I be trying to say.
But nobody's disputing that he is right or wrong. We know he's right. But today, you can't change it.
But we still paying for that. We still
but I think his point right now is that we still going through it and we shouldn't be. That's the only thing that
but we're not going through it. We don't have 7 veterans playing over 5 kids.
But we stunted the youth's growth 2 years ago though.
But that was too
Freezy, you got to pay some of these kids
but
too.
Freezy, you
money comes up on these soon.
So look, let me better explain what he's saying. You not only you, Freezy, just a lot of Knicks fans are expecting them to snap a finger and these guys to play good. When he just mentioned their growth is already stunted. So in order for them to catch up and compete, to even be able to compete with the Clevelands, the Detroits coming down the line, the Pistons beat the Warriors, even though we beat them. So it's like you got to just pay attention to all that stuff. In order for us to compete, we got to let those young guys play, at least see who you have. I think
that's come on, bro.
That's what we're doing now.
Come on,
that's what we're doing now.
No, we're not doing that now.
Yes, you are quickly play. Okay, all right. So
Cleveland.
All right, so I'm wrong right here, right? Hey, Fish, listen. I'm wrong right here.
No, you're not.
Right? But I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna put on the screen. Because y'all swear up and down, I'm wrong. I'm going to put on the screen the New York Knicks minutes per game and how it breaks down. And if I'm right, I'm booting all y'all asses off this thing, and I'm just going to rock an hour by myself. You know what I'm saying? Of course, y'all know I ain't gonna do that. And y'all know I'm messing around.
Put the Joker smile on that feature.
You know what I'm saying? But
he couldn't even say with a straight face.
But Freezy, also before you do that though, compare it to last season's.
No, he can't do that if he said that though. Last season don't matter.
Yeah, we got to do this one step at a time. One of our missteps is that we always try to do too much with the point and not hear out other people's point. Right? Mm-hmm. What I'm showing y'all right now is the breakdown. Right? Here, the person leading the New York Knicks in minutes right now is RJ Barrett. He's young. Then it's Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle.
Oh wait, Uncle Freeze, stop.
No. I'm not stopping. No. We not get ready to try to put an umbrella up. Nah. What it is
it's facts.
What it is y'all said the young guys are not playing. Yes. The next player is Isaiah Hartenstein off the bench is playing 25 minutes a game. Evan Fournier is playing 24.4 minutes a game, down from 30 minutes. His career average is 30 minutes a game. This year, he's playing 24.4. Emmanuel Quickly is playing 23.3. Mitchell Robinson is playing 23-point run. Cam Reddish is playing 18. Obi, right behind him, 16. I mean, come on, bro. We saying that.
Freeze, that's not enough, though. That's what we're trying to say.
I'm saying it should have been like that 2 years ago.
It's not high quality vets these guys are playing behind. It's like, come on. It's like Obi's like, I'm putting up the same numbers as Randall in less minutes. And I'm due a payday. It's like, I need my time. Same with Quickly, and they deserve it. And that's only going to come when the coaching change happens.
But Joe, but that's not what we're arguing right here. What we're arguing right here is that the kids aren't playing.
No,
and
I
you're
saying,
and you. Oh, okay, all right.
But Joe just broke down how
kids aren't playing. I said in the roles. Finish really. I'm saying that the roles that they are in now, they should have been in different roles 2-3 years ago. Like when we.
But we can't change that. Why you talking about?
But we're still losing from that. You feel me? We still are paying from that. So Fish, what you're saying is we should just keep doing the wrong that we've been doing. No, I'm saying we need to change it up.
Okay. So when I just showed you, so when I just showed you that the Knicks did change it up, you still disagreed.
You're not listening.
I had
to what
data
I'm saying,
on the screen.
I'm not talking about the minutes played. I'm talking about the role on the team, on what they actually are acquired, what we expect them to do. Like when we first drafted RJ, we still had Randall and Morris. We made him play behind Randall and Morris, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
RJ, no, he didn't. RJ started from day one.
I'm not talking about starting, no. I'm not talking about starting.
I agree with you, Fish.
Yeah, I'm talking about his role on the team. We should have gave the keys to RJ and
So y'all don't do this. What he's saying, I say the same thing, but y'all want RJ to be top. Other NBA players don't do that today, and you know why he said what he's saying is the Knicks are just like trying to win when they don't have a chance, when they skip in the process of letting these guys play. When Randall is not nobody that ever brought no team to the playoffs. His first time was doing it on the Knicks in the COVID season, in his most improved player season. So with that being said, that's the same point Fish is making right now. When these guys are young and now you put them behind in development timing, they not on schedule. And Joe just made a great point where Obi is already given the same points and he's still behind Randall. And Randall was the cause of us being behind development because even last season when it started, RJ was in a corner. RJ was in a corner just standing there when it was like Randall had the most ISOs in the league almost.
Even I feel like his best
Randall,
season was very
Randall.
Randall.
Julius Randall was 27th, but yeah, almost. I feel you because 27 out of 400 and something players is at the top.
That's top. What's that top 10%?
I mean, for us making a point of development, he didn't have to be. He's not built like that. I'm just throwing salt in the wound because we're talking about development and he didn't move the needle. That's a key word Joe used too. You got players in front of you that's not moving the needle. I said that a long time ago for us to get a playoff run so these guys could feel like at least they get me to the playoffs and I'm learning something from these guys in front of me. Not that this guy shouldn't be started in front of me. And then we're behind again. That's what Fish is saying. I agree with that. That's why I always be saying. So I had to just say that because y'all making it seem like that don't matter when it does when we talking about developing because you got to break it down to when it occurred and why it happened. They never won when they was doing that. So that's the point I'm making where they fooling the fan base.
Hey, Hardwood, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. It sounds like y'all just want to be right.
Okay. Well, y'all
telling it is what it
right.
is.
And listen. The reason why I'm saying is how can you tell a player that is getting on the floor to not be impactful? Because here's the thing, and Parazucker, I'm gonna read your super chats just real quick, right? Parazucker says, "Hey, Tibbs lied to Obi and quickly about playing this year," and the other one is, and thank you too, Parazucker, for the generous contribution. RJ is a 5th-year senior. Stop selling that youth BS. All
and
right,
that's why we're getting that 5th-year senior talk.
But
the right way the first 3 years.
But here's the thing. You can't take advantage of your opportunity unless you get on the floor. Right?
Facts.
And this year, these guys are getting on the floor. So to talk about what happened 3 years ago, no matter, I agree with y'all on the things 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and even last year. But this year, these cats are getting on the floor and still not doing anything.
Wow.
My bad.
Was he Obi?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I thought you was done. I don't even mean to.
No, go ahead.
What I'm saying is this: we can't if we have these players still on our team, so we're still paying for what we didn't do 2-3 years ago. That's all I'm saying. These players are still on our team.
Bro, but Fish, you already said that 8 times, bro, and we here.
He said that
you keep
before.
talking about minutes played. I'm talking about the role.
That was a great point. We still dealing with it, and we come on here and complain about the players, but we breaking down why they like that, and you saying that he repeating it, but you said we was just trying to be right. We're showing you why we're right. Because
y'all not right.
We are
not right though.
No, you're not.
Listen, Randall is a 9th-year player, and you don't hold him more accountable than you do a 4th-year
bro.
player.
Because Hardwill, last year, me and you had a conversation, and I don't like digging up dead bodies. Because with more information, we have the freedom to change our stance based on getting more information.
True.
Right? Like I don't like digging up receipts. People be like, but you said, but in this case, I have to. In this case, you and I talked for a long time, an extended amount of time about Obi not feeling comfortable on the floor because he felt like every time he made a mistake, Tibbs was going to yank him off the floor. Right? You remember that?
Yes.
Now Obi is on the floor and getting more minutes, right? And is in a more prominent role. There is no more Taj Gibson. Okay? There is no Nerlens Noel. Jericho Sims is not cutting into his minutes. He has a clear and defined role. Right? He is the fourth unit big. I mean, second unit big.
Okay, so
That's
you're
him.
saying he's right
His
now.
Hold on, let him
minutes are
finish. Let
down,
him
though.
finish.
He's
Fish,
averaging
fish,
less minutes
fish.
per
Let him
game.
finish. Fish. Let him finish.
So what happens is in this second unit this year, all Obi and Cam and Hartenstein need to do is develop chemistry in this second unit in order for them to play better. It's too early. They only played 7 games. It's way too early for us to assume one way or the other. But to say that Tibbs and the organization is not being fair to these kids by letting them play through mistakes is not true. I know their development is stunted. We know that. We established that 2 years ago. Why are we talking about that in November of 2022? I have no idea.
Can I answer that?
Okay.
The answer is simple. The answer is simple. We know why. You said you agreed that they stunt the growth. That the
In
growth was
previous
stunted
years.
in the previous years, right?
Yep.
That is the simple answer to what you're seeing from the play in real time. If you don't understand that and you play ball, I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's the simplest way to
I'm a
understand.
baller, bro. I've been an
I know
athlete
that.
my whole
And
life.
you a boxer. So you know that if you're not in the ring and boxing those 3 years before, hold on, listen, I'm gonna give you a boxing example. You ain't get enough experience 3 years before. Now we just throwing you in the ring. You're gonna get your ass, excuse my language, you're gonna get knocked out a lot. Because the other years we was sitting you on the sideline, and that's what Fish is saying about the developing the 3 years before. If you know it, then you have to understand that that's part of the process that they're paying for now. And the point remains that it didn't move the needle when they put those guys behind those guys. That's what even Joe is saying. That's the key point to where if a young guy's not developing right and you're not winning, then you wasted their developmental minutes on a Randall. Another great point, you know what Randall is, but you don't know what Obi is. People say he can't do this, and he continue to do things that people say he can't do. You know Randall could get 20 and 10 with no wins. We know that already. So we need a player who could do at least 20, 15, and help us win. And Obi's looking at he can do that in the future, not now, because Randall ain't going to get us the win now. That's what the whole take is connected. And I hope I explained it better for you, because we're not just trying to be right. That makes a lot of sense.
It sounds like the same thing to me. It was just more
I
the
try to
same.
explain it to you, bro.
What I'm saying,
I don't know.
No, I understand it perfectly. I just think y'all are overstating it. Y'all are overstating, because we can't, bro. Listen, y'all saying this thing like the Knicks never get the opportunity to improve the roster. Y'all saying this as if the Knicks don't have draft picks, bro. Y'all saying this like
you twisting that up, bro. That's not what I'm saying, Freezy.
That's exactly what y'all saying. Y'all saying these kids didn't get a chance to develop. We throwing them to the wolves right now. They need time to learn, but we slamming them because they ain't as far along as what we thought.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what I got from what Hard Will was saying.
No,
these
I'm
kids
saying that
these kids are not as far along as they should be because the Knicks stunted their growth by playing veterans in front of them.
And we're saying that's why
is it accurate?
And that's why we're struggling now today.
Is that accurate?
And we're saying that's why we're struggling today. Yes, that is accurate. But we're saying that's why you're getting problems. When I train, I coach, and I play. So you know, if you're not in that realm playing as a player, right, then you're gonna have to go through those peaks and valleys of really learning how to play.
What I'm asking you is, is it accurate that you and Fish are saying the Knicks stunted their growth, the young players' growth, by putting old vet players that ain't going nowhere in front of them and giving them a bunch of minutes and roles for them to shine? The Knicks lost anyway, and the youth didn't develop. And then this year, most of those obstacles are gone. Some are still here. Rose is still here. Fournier is still here. But now that they're in those roles and they're not stars yet, we're frustrated. But it goes back to the root cause that we stunted their growth.
They got to learn. They still got to get better, right? That's how they get better.
But Hog Will, what I'm saying is, I started this show, this very show, this one.
Mm-hmm.
I started this live stream by saying that.
I know that.
That's what I started the live stream with. This is a must win. And did the organization sabotage the development of the youth? And I had a show last night at 10 o'clock when I said the same stuff. I understand where you guys are going, but my point is, people that are listen, man, opportunity doesn't knock twice. Opportunity knocks once. Dre, you ever heard that saying before? Opportunity knocks once.
Yep. The first
When you
impression
get
is your best impression as well.
Yo, when opportunity knock, you got the answer, bro. Yo, when opportunity knock, you got the answer.
Okay, so when Randall opportunity came, he knocked. Should we have let him in, or should we have just kept the door closed?
Hey man, I ain't even gonna lie to you, Fish. I feel like this is a trap question, but I'm gonna answer you in sincerity. Right?
I'm just saying.
Okay, I understand. But Julius Randle is the best thing to happen to this organization in the past 10 years.
That's not always a good thing, though.
No. Wait. You asked me a question.
That's not true. That's not true. They got Jalen Brunson.
Right. Okay. Jalen Brunson with 7 games.
Yeah, we got Jalen Brunson. He's better than you can't.
He's better than what Randall did. Okay, I understand where you're going. So you hate Randall.
No, you said he's the best thing we had in 10 years. I could find more than that. But I just found Brunson. Brunson is one.
Right. Brunson's played 7 games. But
we haven't had a point guard in a while, Freeze.
That's a stretch, bro. We have Jalen Brunson has been here, and his team is 3-4.
Okay, the same thing you can say for Brunson.
But let me say the thing about Randall. Real quick. I'm not going to bat for Randall. I'm not saying that Randall is the future of the Knicks. Y'all hear me say it often. RJ Barrett is the golden child, and he is the future of New York Knicks basketball. But what I will say to you, Fish, is that before Julius Randle got here, your power forward's name was Noah Vonleh.
What about Kristaps Porzingis?
And before him, it was Quincy AC.
So we just gonna skip over Porzingis, huh?
Yeah, Porzingis at his peak was 21 and 6.5 rebounds at his peak.
And he was a young player, wasn't he? A young player,
bro. I feel like you're making excuses, bro.
Excuses for who?
For anything other than Randall.
What are you talking about?
Right, you the one. You brought up Porzingis. I didn't.
Yo, you naming all these. You said, we had
Quincy AC, Noah Vonleh,
the best power forward,
Kevin Seraphin, Isaiah Hicks. Bro, listen, I know you still rocking your Isaiah Hicks jersey, bro. But that's no need to be mad at Randall, bro.
So we don't even know what
mad at Randall. What I'm saying is we can't sit up here and glorify Randall like, he's the best thing that happened in the last 10 years, but he's okay. Like the same thing we can say about Jalen Brunson. Like, we ain't had a point guard in 30 years. But that don't mean Jalen Brunson is the greatest. That don't mean he's great. I
never said that.
I'm just saying,
I feel like you trying to attach that to me. Don't attach that to me, bro.
I said that. That's a big. We haven't had a point guard in so long.
Yeah,
I feel like that's big.
I never said you said that. I'm just saying in general. Like we can say like, we can say such and such ain't had a good quarterback in so long, and they get a decent quarterback. That don't mean that person is the savior or great. Just because Randall did something good, that don't mean he's what we want him to be.
So wait a minute. Okay. So you are openly admitting on an international platform, and shout out to all my people watching in Canada and Jamaica and the Philippines right now. Hey, shout out to
salute, y'all.
Because we got a large following in Asia Pacific, in Jamaica, in Canada, and in other places. Salute to everybody watching. And for those watching for the first time, man, me, Fish, Hard Will, Dre, Joe Madden, we all love each other. This is just how we talk. It's not like we have beef with each other. It's just what I'm saying, we all kind of talk like aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is with Randall, bro, before Randall, the best power forward in New York Knicks history is up for debate between Dave DeBusschere, Charles Oakley, and Anthony Mason.
I like that.
Right. And when you look at Julius Randle's numbers obliterates them. Right? But those three guys contributed to winning. Right? But you know why those three guys attributed to winning? Because those three guys played with a franchise player. Julius Randle does not. Julius Randle is in the role of a franchise player when he's a role player.
That's my point, Uncle.
But let me finish my point. Let me finish my point, Fish. My point is, why are we bashing a guy that overachieves and brings it every night, rarely hurt, brings it every night. Every night. He's a role player. He's a third option on a championship team, right? But he's overachieving in his role, and we're bashing him because he's not Giannis.
Not bashing him because he's not Giannis. I'm bashing him because of timing.
But you are bashing him, right?
No, I'm not bashing him at all.
Wait. You just said you were bashing him because of timing. You just
right,
said
but I'm
that.
saying I'm not bashing Randall, the player himself. Like I'm just.
But you just said 20 seconds ago that you're bashing him because of timing, bro.
Right, not the player.
So do you want to retract that? Do you want to retract that from the record?
All right,
and rephrase it.
Yeah, let's rephrase it. I'm not bashing Randall, like Julius Randle, the player, like him himself. He's cool to me, like, you feel me? But Julius Randle, what we want him to be, or the role that we put him in, that's what I'm bashing. We put him in a role that he shouldn't be in.
Right.
And we left him there for like the last 3 years. Like,
and that's not his, bro. All he did was overachieve, bro.
Can I say something about Randall? I came out being really fair, giving him credit, because I want the people who hate on the other players to just judge the game fairly, And I watched Randall, and he's taking shots that I never really seen him make. So I feel like he falling victim, and either you make the shot now, prove the scouting report wrong, or you got to figure out how to get it done in real time, because they know the old Randall. So if you have new things that change, you know what I mean, then you bring them. He was making jumpers early on from deep a lot and playing his best basketball. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to come down and kill him for having a couple bad games, because I feel like if you have a couple good games, you got to give a player a chance to have a bad game or two, realistically. You know what I mean? But it's the way we losing. It's what I see. It's like, if that's going to keep happening, I know what's going to happen. It's not even wishing that on my team. I can't. I'd be upset about it, but I see it right in front of me in real time. Like, that's not your game. Why you doing that? Even RJ, all of them are playing outside of their game. But you got to understand something. When one player is doing it, it's contagious. It's just like when it's good play. You see what I mean? So when we talking about experience and players with 9 years and all this is when leadership, and either you're going to be able to lead by your play, or you got to be a different type of leader and let other players do, which I see him being better at that, trying to make players better and things like that, which I got to try to give him credit for, which that would be to me as Randall figuring out the game, saying like, okay, now I got to show them I could do other things just to make us win. That's the key. You know what I mean? Because when you got a player with that much years on your team, that's first or the second option, what are you gonna get if he can't pull it out? He's gonna still shoot the ball. Tibbs is gonna ride with him. So that's the problem in a nutshell for me. You know what I mean? We gotta move them or put players in position to build us for the future. Because next year we're gonna be talking about the same players if we don't play some of these players more. That's my opinion.
And that's where I kind of disagree with Freezy about how Julius could have been like the best thing to happen to this franchise in about the last 10 years. It's because, yes, it was nice to have one playoff run because we've had a playoff drought, but I feel like high peak Julius has sent this franchise back, so I feel like he's been a downfall, one of the biggest downfalls for the Knicks over the last 10 years, because this front office and this team has been too much now. The plan was you brought in Obi to replace Randall. Randall got hot, and instead of trading him, you kept him to build win him. And now you put yourself in a position, paying him that money, and his downfall now is put you in a position where you're going to have to give up assets to move him, or you're stuck with him. And it just has you in a position where you're in purgatory until you get rid of him. So therefore, I feel like it's more of a downfall to what happened. It would have been one of the best things to happen to us if he peaked and we would have traded him and got 2 first-round picks like we should have, instead of keeping them and moving on to the playoffs. Then
wait, Joe. Okay, so it's multiple holes in what you just said. So first of all, trading Randall, the mistake for trading Randall is not Randall's fault. That's the hole number one.
I'm not blaming Randall.
Right. No. But you mentioned that in the thing against Randall, right? Randall can't trade himself. That's not Randall's fault. Two, when Randall was the Knicks' best player and had his fluke season, the organization didn't bring in the requisite assets to move Randall off of the number one option. They trusted that Randall could keep this thing going, and that's why Obi's riding on the bench. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? They think Randall could have. They thought Randall could have kept that thing going. That's why they didn't trade Randall or Obi. Right? 3. The thing about Randall's salary is we mentioned that we gave him a contract extension and we don't use context. Julius Randle will make $24 million a year and will get a 15% trade kicker if he's traded.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, Randall is next year, Julius Randle will be the 3rd highest paid player on the team. And we bring up his salary as if he's making double what the next highest paid player is. So if it's a salary, that's the third thing. If it's a salary thing versus production that we discussed it about, then we should be talking about RJ Barrett, because RJ Barrett is going to be making $30+ million or somewhere in that range. Randall's going to be making 24, and Brunson is going to be making 26. So it's going to be RJ, Brunson, Randall, Fournier, Rose. RJ,
right.
Brunson, Randall, Fournier, Mitch, Rose.
Oh yeah. I forgot Mitch got extended.
I didn't want to jump in like that, but I don't even think it's a matter of the money. It's the matter of the years. That's the issue. Because teams are not willing to take on Randall for 4 years. They'll be able to take him on for a year or two at his money, because his money isn't crazy, but it's the commitment.
It's cheap.
Yeah, it's the commitment to his style of play that teams are not willing to take on. Like for Randall to be successful, things have to revolve around him, and he has to be efficient at it.
Yes, ISO Randall was the best Randall.
And if you're willing to take him on, you have to take on 4 years of it. Like you can't just take that on and it fails and
the trade kicker. That's the important part.
Yeah, that too. So like it isn't just the money; it's more the years and the commitment to his style of play than any dollar sign.
And that's why I do blame Randall. Yet again, blaming Randall himself is the money.
It's the front office.
It's the front office.
I
would office deal, but it's Randall. Randall's production falling off a cliff is not matching the money with the tray kicker. Because you can say if Randall plays okay, it matches the money. It's the tray kicker's the problem, and he's not playing what the money matches right now. So it's a negative asset for the Knicks. And it's a hard thing to move. And if you can't move it, it's hard for us to move forward as an organization with the young pieces as moving.
I think Randall's contract is easy to move. But one of the points that you made that I agree with, Joe, is that the front office still believes in Randall when nobody else does.
Exactly.
That's why he's still here. Because I guarantee you the Golden State Warriors would do Draymond Green for Julius Randle straight up right now.
Will we do that?
Wouldn't bet?
Well, how much is Draymond left on his deal? That's the thing.
Last year.
Yeah, this is last year. He making like.
Oh, I would do that if Draymond was an expiring for Rand to get off of Randall. I'd do it,
bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Julius Randle's contract is not as bad, and Julius Randle as a 3rd or 4th player, bro. You are talking about a dude that's going to be 20 and 10. Think about Julius Randle next to Jokic. Right?
Okay, glad you brought up Jokic. Randall is the use of Nurkic when the
Nikola Jokic. No, I'm talking about Nikola Jokic.
No, I know. I'm saying Randall is the Nurkic. Yeah, that's the Portland center now, right?
Yeah.
Nurkic, yeah. Randall is the Nurkic when he played on Denver, and what we needed to do is give the keys to Jokic or somebody. You get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
When Denver traded Nurkic was better than Jokic at first.
Yeah, so Randall's Nurkic
and
Obi's Jokic.
Yeah.
Right. Or yeah, you can say
Jokic stayed and Nurkic they traded to Portland then eventually.
Yeah.
And he wound up being 3 MVPs.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the whole, I can say that was the whole point that I was trying to make.
Randall isn't 20 and 10 right now.
Huh?
No, he's not 20 and 10 right now
he's
because
not
everybody's
20 and 10 right now.
But everybody from the Knicks is struggling. What
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying is,
everybody's breaking right now.
And that's what I mean.
But
Like with
Freezy, if
Rondon
you
and
a coach,
Fournier right now, you ain't moving them without moving picks, and you didn't even want to move them picks for Donovan.
Freezy, let me ask you a question. If you a coach and you coaching this team, right? Who you looking at? I'm not saying everybody ain't held accountable, but is
what's the question though?
Is the most? No, I'm just breaking the question down better because I don't want you to think I'm saying like, oh,
I'm
you
good.
can't
I'm
blame
a
one
smart
person more
dude.
than other. I'm saying in our situation with the Knicks, right? Who you holding most accountable for the losses or the situation?
Right now, I'm blaming all the young players.
All the young players.
Yep.
More than the guys with experience that's on the team.
No. You asked me a question, I answered it.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm asking you another question. I'm saying you blaming them more
but
than.
But you didn't ask me if you could ask me a question.
I had to
the
get
first time. The first time you said, "Hey, man, let me ask you a question," I was like, "Okay."
No, I had to get your answer.
But your follow-up question feels like you're trying to lead me into a place that I'm not agreeing with.
No, I had to get your answer before I asked the second part of the question, bro.
Okay.
That's all what that was. Because I felt like you gotta hold people accountable, especially if we're supposed to get experience from the players.
Nah. What's the second question? Ask me the second question. I understand all that stuff. Ask me the second question.
No, that's what I was saying. You wouldn't hold the players with more experience more accountable than the players that they should be setting examples for to teach them the game.
Okay, let's stop right there. Would I hold the players with more experience more accountable than the young players?
Because the young players are learning from the older players, right?
Nah, don't leave. Yo, you ask. Okay, so you asking the question so you can answer it. Yeah, that's what Hartwell doing. He trying to lead me down a thing.
I wasn't finished asking. I'm trying to finish the question.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to lead you no way. I can't lead you no way because you know what you want to say, or you want to hear the question first. I
just want to hear it in a clear form so I can answer it honestly. That's all.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to lead you. I was basically saying when you said you would hold the younger guys accountable, and it wasn't another question. I was basically saying that I would hold the guys with more experience either just as accountable or more accountable because they have more games and more experience. Point is, my last point is.
But you making a point and asking the question. You can't.
No, I wasn't asking another question. I was making a point off of your answer. No, it wasn't no other question. You said I was leading you. You said I was leading
I gotta
you.
ask you this other question, but I need to clarify. I need to break it down, and then you made a point.
No, I was leading you. You answered the question. I didn't have to ask you what would you do in that situation because you already said that you would hold the younger guys more accountable. That was your answer.
Right.
And I didn't agree. So I was elaborating on what I would have did. That's all.
Right. So here's why, Hartwell. I understand where you try to get me, but I'm Muhammad Ali in this whole question and stuff, bro. You ain't just gonna get off haymakers on me, bro.
I was not trying to.
So here's
that's a simple one, Free.
Here's how I answer, Hartwell. Here's my answer. Let me get I'm slick with it. So here's how I answer that. I'm holding the young players more accountable because based off of what you said and Fish said 30 minutes ago. Y'all feel like these kids are the future, right? Y'all feel like these kids are the future.
We didn't say that. I didn't say that.
So okay. So yeah, if y'all don't believe these kids are the future, why did y'all talk to me about an hour about impeded development? Y'all talked to me for an hour about impeded development.
Freezy, I said because they still on the team.
Will you went on record defending Fish about 2 years ago? Man said this such and such, and now when they play, they behind. And then now when I point that out, you say no, you didn't say that.
No, I didn't. You didn't say that exactly. You added some stuff in there. I never said they was the future. You kind of changed it up. Hold on. Let me answer. I never said.
Fish made a point that if we'd have been doing this 2 years ago, these players would have been in a better position today. Ain't that what you said?
Yeah, but he never said they was the future.
Right.
He was just answering why we're getting what we're getting.
So if you're talking about the past and what goes on beyond the past, guess what goes on beyond the past? The future. What goes on beyond the past is the future. bro, I'm slick with it, bro. I know.
Okay, what you're talking about, but then at the same time, you told us don't talk about the future. You told us talk about the present. So those young guys are in the present. They're not in the future. We're not talking about them in the future. We're talking about them now in the present.
Yeah, Freeze. I didn't put words in your mouth, Freeze. You said I said they was our future. I never.
Fish, let me agree with you. Fish, can you allow me to agree with you, or do you just want to disagree with me for the sake of just being disagreeable?
No, I'm agreeing.
I want to agree with you. Can I agree with you?
You can agree with me.
Because at the beginning of the show, I mentioned the same thing, and last night it's on record. I did the show at 10 o'clock, saying the same thing that you just said. Right? So I agree with that point.
I object, Your Honor. I object, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm about to put a link to that show in the chat right
I'm just joking, man.
Okay, because I'm on record. I'm on record, bro. So what I'm saying is when I'm
please note the record at 3:52. Uncle Freezy said.
Them,
It's a 3 minutes.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at though, Fish, what I'm getting at is the reason why when Hardwell asked me this question, what I wanted to do is separate all of the things so that I can address them on an individual basis, right?
Okay.
So I wouldn't cloudy up the argument. That's the reason why I kept stopping Hardwell. No, I don't want to cloud it up. I just wanted to be clear. I'm holding the kids more accountable because I know at some point Fournier is going to be gone, and at some point Derrick Rose is going to be gone. At some point, Julius Randle, whether we like him or not, is going to be gone.
Can I cross-examine you, sir?
And so what I want to do in this case, the people that are going to be here, the people that are the future, I want to hold them accountable so that all these mistakes that we made in the past won't happen no more. That's what I'm saying.
Can I cross-examine that?
Hardwell, you the joint, bro. You a YouTube celebrity.
Yo, I just want to represent my client. My client never mentioned anything about future of the players. He just said they're here now. We would like to see what we have. We never mentioned anything about these guys. We believe these guys are the future. We said we broke down why they're behind schedule on developing because they weren't playing the right way they should be playing and developing like other teams in the NBA. I rest my case, Your Honor. I went to law school, Freezy.
I just think y'all want to be right.
Nah.
Lawyers make a lot of money. They gotta be right.
Yeah. I just think y'all want to be right because.
Hold on. This is why, Uncle Freezy. Sorry to cut you off. This is why though. Because let's just say we went the way that I said we should have gave RJ the keys, right? Within that 2-3 years, we could have traded him. He didn't have to be on our team. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that these kids are the future, technically, like the future players that I want on the team or that I think should be on the team. Like, if we would have went down that path that I was talking about, those players may or may not have been.
So you're talking about improving the value.
Improving the value, giving them roles.
But you never mentioned that. An hour ago, you never mentioned improving their value.
I said knowing who they be. I said knowing who they are, Freezy. Freezy, Fish. Didn't I say we need to know who they are? That's the same thing. Yes.
Right, getting their value up. See, that wasn't clearly stated. Now,
he said clearly stated.
Increasing now.
Freezy, you the man, bro.
Bro. Listen. Okay, Joe.
He said, I didn't clearly hear that one, Your Honor. Can you make him repeat that?
It wasn't clearly stated. Nobody in here
show me on the record
anything about league value or trade value. Nobody mentioned them. Nobody mentioned trade. Did you hear them say league value, trade value, or asset? Did you hear that?
I mean, knowing who a player is will have a lot to do with knowing what they worth. Because if you don't know who they are, I mean, that's what happened with
Dre. That question was for Dre.
Is this testified on the record?
Yeah.
I did not hear those words. I didn't hear those words strung together.
And Dre don't lie neither. He's on the oath. Dre is under oath.
He keeping it real. and Fish. And listen. If you had said that, bro, and if you had said it like somewhere close, I'd have been like, hey, big dog. If that's where you're going, I'm with you. But I just didn't hear it.
But I said give RJ the keys. I was saying like stuff like that. I didn't say those exact words, but I thought.
But you talking about RJ? But giving him the keys means he is in charge in New York. That has nothing to do with his perception around the league.
Right, you're right, and that's what I'm saying. What I said, I thought was implied, and I thought you kind of, you a smart guy. I thought you would,
See, this could go another way too. They could play these young kids, and the value could decline rapidly if they suck, like Kevin Knox.
Right. Yeah, but if they suck, we would have got another pick that are better than these kids.
Right.
That's what I wanted to get at.
Yeah, that's exactly what. Yeah.
Yes. And we can make quicker moves in the right direction. That's what we do. We try to patch things up. We don't need a patch. Sometimes we need a new inner tube.
We need a marker.
Basically what the Cavs did, they went in talent acquisition mode and they sucked. They got a bunch of picks and then a bunch of decent young guys, and then they tossed them out because they had too many of them. They had a surplus, and they tossed out a lot of those young guys and picks out for Donovan Mitchell, and then kept their blue chippers. What our problem is, if we were to trade for Donovan, we would have no blue chippers around Donovan. It would just be Brunson and Randall and Donovan, and
the problem is I don't know how many blue chippers do we even have.
Mitch,
none.
I mean, as far as the bench, I don't know.
We would like the position that the Cavs took. They bottomed out, acquired a bunch of talent, figured it out, figured who they wanted to keep, and then tossed out the surplus.
Cavs
we don't even have enough for a surplus.
And they've all done this in like a 4-year span, and we still haven't figured out the talent or even the development part yet. We haven't even got our guys in the court full time yet.
Right, in the same 4-year stretch, Joe.
In the same 4 year, we haven't even bottomed out for them to play yet, and that's what I'm hoping is coming. Like, because at some point it's like, how is this team realistically going to build to a championship on the path it is now? It's not. So it's going to have to bottom out at some point, or not completely bottom out, but move on from Tibbs, move on from the older guys, and play the kids and see what happens.
If you want to look at it like this, you can almost mirror the Obi Randall situation with Garland and Sexton.
Yeah.
They drafted Sexton was the guard there. Sexton was the lead guard, averaging 20 points on efficient splits, and they still drafted a small point guard.
Right?
Yeah, they still drafted a small point guard, and they were like, this guy's going to be the lead guard of the future, but we're going to play them together for a little bit, and then they decided, you know what, this guy's going to be the guy. Sexton got hurt, which was a blessing for them almost. Sexton got hurt, and then Garland took the reins, and they had they were damn near number 1 seed in the East before Donovan even got there. And they knew when to jump ship and when to cash out their assets and keep specific blue chippers on their team. We never did that. We never did that. What we did was we drafted RJ, signed a bunch of guys that were going to take a bunch of shots from RJ, like what's his name? That we traded to the Clippers. Yeah, like we signed a bunch of guys that were stepping in front of him. Like, I'm not going to say Fizdale was a good coach, but the idea of him wanting to put RJ at point forward when RJ was point forward his whole life was the right move. And we immediately said, no, RJ, you're going to sit in the corner and we're going to turn you into a 3-and-D catch and shoot player when he wasn't that his entire life. He wasn't expected to project to that. And he did a decent job of it for 1 year, but that's not consistent enough. Like, that's not who he is. That's not his DNA. He's supposed to be on ball. And if we did give him that and he sucked at it, you know what we would do? We would get a higher draft pick.
Yep.
And we would get a player better than RJ.
We would have LaMelo or James Wiseman, or who else got picked in that top 5?
I want no parts of Wiseman.
Yeah, see, that was the whole start of it. It was you drafted RJ, you didn't get KD, Kyrie, and you panicked, so you splurged your money on vets that were going to get you a bad team, but not bad enough for that LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, Wiseman draft.
Yeah.
Then Randall has it. Then you get Obi. You're meant to trade Randall. Randall is a good year, and instead of taking advantage of Randall and taking more picks and keep developing young players and putting Obi in the starting lineup, they thought, okay, here's a win now window, and they paid Randall and rolled with it, and now it's coming back to bite them in the ass.
Yep. That's why
that was the mistake from there. And that deadline when Vucevic went to the Bulls, I guarantee they could have made that deal sending Randall to the Bulls for the same deal. It was two first round picks.
Man, the
And
Kings
you would have
would have
kept
took
it.
Randall.
And Obi, you'd know what Obi is now. You'd just. It's the two that I don't know. Is this ownership maybe? Because I'm starting to think is Dolan because
we
need martyrs. What the problem
is?
It's
a combination of the front office, bro.
Well, like no GM is bottomed out. No GM. They've tried to tank once for Zion and it didn't do anything. They've never fully tried to rebuild. Everything's been try to be a quick fix, and that has to be ownership saying, "Oh, I want to win games."
I don't get it, bro. The Knicks are still going to be profitable even if they stink. So I don't understand. Like they think the Knicks
more if you have a bunch of young guys in the Garden, like a bunch of high lottery picks playing in the Garden, like the fans are going to love to see that because it's going to be a youthful rebuild. It's not going to be, oh, here's another quick fix to a 500 team.
What they saw was the dollar signs from making that fluke playoff run, bro. That's what it was, and they were like, "We can't let this go."
No,
so
that's not what it was.
We signed Kemba and all this.
But the pandemic money too. They lost out probably on money of ticket sales and stuff because there's no one no one come into the stands onto the playoffs. Really,
we need people in here who are not scared to get fired. You feel me? Like Tibbs doesn't want to get fired, so he's gonna try to win games. You feel me? Leon Rose ain't trying to get fired, so that's why he's making these quick patches. We need people in here who aren't scared to get fired and really like rebuild the team from the ground up. Not people who are worried about.
It's a hard statement to say in New York.
Jobs in there.
We seen that thing. There was a thing on Twitter. Was it over like the last? Is it 20 years? The Knicks have the worst winning percentage, but the less amount of top 5 picks. So that's just big purgatory over and over again. This is what this sounds like, and this is going to be again. That's what I'm just this season's going to be the same thing. We're going to be picking 13, 14, and we're going to be, all right, what's the next move?
Like our 2 top 5 picks that we did get, they didn't even play together.
Yeah. Porzingis was gone and RJ was brought back in the year later.
Yeah, the 2 top 5 picks that we did get, they never even got a chance to play together because we were trying to, well, I guess Porzingis wanted out. But, yeah, like.
It was really his brother, but
better. We need somebody in here, like I said, who's not scared to get fired, who doesn't care.
Hey, Fish, you know what? We need somebody in here that would have been playing Frank, RJ, Knox, Obi, Mitch, Dotson, Trier, all those young guys that we had, including these new young guys. All these young guys should have been together in a real young core.
Right.
You would have been in the mix then for Anthony Edwards, LaMelo. You would have been in, or the Kid Cunningham, Evan Mobley mix, or Scotty Barnes mix. That's the thing too. You would have been in them young talents. You would have been seeing young talent develop, but you wouldn't have been winning meaningless games, and you would have got better picks. And right now, you can be in a lot better position than you are right now.
Right. Because if we're going to keep it in stack, if we're keeping it in stack, the Pistons are going to probably pass us next year. And they
for sure,
give them another top 5 pick this year. They're gonna pass us.
Yeah.
Hey man, let me break some news to y'all. Man, the Pistons are gonna be better than us this year. I'm sorry if y'all thought y'all were gonna win the NBA Finals this year. The Pistons have the number 1 pick in the draft in Cade Cunningham. Whether you like his style of play or not, he is becoming a baller. And they have Jaden Ivey. They also have Jalen Duren, who I know most of y'all don't like. Y'all prefer to have Mitch over Jalen Duren, right? But they also have Sadiq Bey. This team, bro, this Pistons team is gonna be better than what you guys think. And what makes us worse than the Pistons is not talent, but chemistry and finger pointing. That we are gonna implode internally. It's not because of talent, because we have talent on the roster. But my thing is if we continue to lose, like if we lose tonight, people are going to start pointing fingers. And if we lose 5 in a row, people are going to start pointing fingers. And don't mess around and let us lose to Brooklyn next week.
If we lose to Brooklyn next week, I think Tibbs is gone and we're bottoming out.
Yeah,
they're gonna start looking. They'll trade whatever they have to then to move Fournier and then try and do whatever.
So if Tibbs is out, is Rose out as well?
No.
Nah, because he's smart. He's going to keep his job is he is draft picks, young players, and a young coach ready to.
We shouldn't let Leon Rose since we didn't make a trade or anything, make a move while he was actually here, a big move. We shouldn't allow him to pick our next players.
That's the thing. Dolan owners like when they see like that's what keeps GM's jobs. It's the same thing as football as in NFL. It's like draft picks and young players. The GM will keep the job because an owner's like, all right, there's a future. If he traded for Donovan and we were losing right now, he'd have been already fired.
Man, what we should have done was years ago was just give up a first round pick for Masai because we already burned our first round picks anyway. We should have just got Masai Ujiri. And he's cutthroat enough to just get rid of the fat immediately and figure out what needs to be done.
That's who you want.
Yeah, like Presti would have did it the right way. Even if we would have picked the wrong players and not got the best players in the draft, or like bust or people who are just
Sam
mediocre.
Presti's overrated, bro.
I'm more Ujiri guy. I'm more a Masai guy personally.
I'm more of a RC Buford guy.
That's the Spurs.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, Spurs.
Yeah. And so here's the thing with Sam Presti. Sam Presti got hot with draft picks, right?
Yep, but he ain't hit six.
But think about all the draft picks he's been drafting ever since then.
Yeah.
Have they ever had a Westbrook, Durant, Harden combination of draft picks since then?
But who have they actually? Let's see. So they picked Chet.
They traded for Shai. That's about it.
They got Chet.
They traded for Paul George.
Oh, yeah.
They traded for Chris Paul.
They traded for
Oladipo. They traded for Sabonis.
Problem is, all right, we making moves that they not even confident with on their own. And I feel like we gotta build it the right way and stick to the direction, and then some good things that come out of it. And at least after this season, get to know what players you have, so we can go in a direction with, the players at least we know we're gonna keep.
I agree. And
but who would you say are the players to keep?
Yeah, because we don't. They like how we breaking down how old players is in playing behind somebody and going through all these situations. Let players play so you can see what you have fully, and then you can make that decision along the way. Of course, they can't just rush to move Randall. That's gonna happen whenever that happens. Meanwhile, you got to just make decisions.
Hardwell, don't dodge the question, bro.
What's the question? Sorry.
What players are worth keeping?
Oh, I didn't even hear that question. I can't answer that question right now because my point was that we don't know who most of these players fully are because of how Tibbs was doing it. He spent most of last season with Burks at the point.
Dre, y'all mind if I'll answer it?
Go ahead, bro. Answer.
The only players that I feel like on the roster right now that are worth keeping, that are long-term quality NBA players at a high level for the next 12, 13, 15 years, Emmanuel Quickley, Deuce McBride.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Did you feel that way?
Nope.
Just now, or did you feel that way before the season started too?
No. How you gonna ask me a question and then you just said you didn't want what?
No, I said, how long have you felt that? Did you feel that way from now, just after the first games that we've had, or before the season you already felt that way?
Well, we answer this question every year. This is the third year in a row. Remember Emmanuel Quickley first year when you and I first met. I told you that I felt like Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett was the backcourt of the future. Now, was I wrong? Yes, I was very wrong because RJ Barrett is not a guard. RJ Barrett is a shrunken down power forward. Right? But Emmanuel Quickley, remember I gave them a nickname, Splash and Dash.
True.
And that's all the way back to Emmanuel Quickley rookie season, bro, when he first got here.
Yeah, but every season you allowed to change your mind.
Yeah.
So did you feel that way before these games? That's what I really want to know.
I'm unwavering on Quickley in terms of the long-term prognosis. In the short term, he frustrates me. Like your kids, bro. like your kids. You know, like your kids. You know how your kids be like, "Daddy, daddy, daddy, everybody got the new J's. Everybody got the new J's. Can you?" And you like, "Son, I ain't got no money." And then you go out and buy him the home and away J's. And then you look outside and he got them J's on. He got them J's on, jumping up and down in the mud puddle.
So if the organization,
you know,
so is that because of the organization and the way they going about it that make you feel that way, or if the organization was like letting us know we giving these guys a chance to get better, we going with these guys, like would that make a difference? Because that's what we were talking about earlier. When you just break down why it's like this now. You just broke that down.
Quickly and McBride are going to be good regardless who the regime is. I feel like Quickly is just enough of the. Dre, what you doing? Dre, what you doing? Making Kool-Aid? Dre ain't here making Kool-Aid.
He's stirring the pot.
Now, hey, what I'm saying is the thing about Quickly and McBride is, especially Quickly is just enough of he's confident without being cocky, and he's crazy and has talent. Right? Now RJ is confident beyond measure and iron-willed. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's that, but RJ ain't crazy, bro.
Yeah.
RJ is the safe guy.
Yeah.
RJ
That's
the dude,
true.
he ain't gonna never say nothing controversial in the press conference.
And that's why when they put him on the team with Morris and Randall, terrible.
Yeah. RJ.
But is
RJ
that bad or good?
It's bad because people think RJ is a dog, and I'm telling you, he's not.
He's not that kind of dog.
I mean, Freeze, you got to think about this. Like, look, that could be looked at two ways, because dudes who, like, if you got a guy who just work on their game, and I don't want to just say, like, I know RJ is really working on his game. I would hope so. But I think he come across as that more of that type of guy, reference to another guy who ain't going to be working out in the gym, hanging out. I think he fits the description. Not saying our number one option, but I'm talking about how he carry himself as far as what we need on the Knicks, because it's hard to find a player on the Knicks that's not going to be in a club, that's not going to be distracted by a lot of stuff. And I think that's important as far as when you're picking a player, unless he could do both. You see James Harden be right in the club after a loss. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like stuff like that.
That's why I think this regime values the likes of Quickly and Grimes and these dudes, because the boys be in the club, these boys be in the gym.
Good character.
Like Quickly and them would be in the gym like they're gym rats. That's why I think they value them.
I mean, quickly pops out here and there though.
Yeah, during the off season, you don't really see it during the season, but the off season, you seen him hang out with Donovan Mitchell at Met games and Ranger games and the Hamptons and stuff. But during the season, he seems quiet as a mouse. He's gym rat.
Yeah, but my point is before we talk about dudes that be clubbing was I think the only dudes worth keeping long term is Quickly and Deuce McBride. And I thought y'all were going to say something about me saying Deuce McBride, but y'all didn't.
No, hold on. Can I ask you a question, Uncle Freezy?
I'm shocked at both. Because if you don't have faith in the other guys that's showing more production than them, that's like saying, not that you're giving them a pass, but you think that they have future there, right? So when I look at it the same way you looking at it, right, I see future in other players too that's still young as far as years in the league wise.
But that wasn't the question.
No. I'm giving you my point on the whole, my take on it, because it's deeper than, just of, who you would say you would keep. That's more of your opinion on why you think you would keep them. And that's what I'm saying. It has to be through developing and what you see, because they're not showing enough just to say they would be guaranteed, like, to be Knicks yet.
So, Uncle Freezy, can I ask you a quick question? It's a simple question.
I'm not answering a question. Just say what you gotta say.
It's straight to you, though. You're the only person who said anything.
Say what you gotta say. You're just not gonna be tiptoeing, bro. If y'all got something on y'all chest, say it. You got a platform, Fish. This is your platform. Say what you gotta say, bro.
I know that. So what I was gonna say is, so do you feel that way? Because Quickly and who'd you say McBride are the only players on the team that actually have like NBA defined roles.
That's not what I said.
That's why I asked you a question.
And the question was, who on this team is worth keeping long term?
Right, and I'm asking.
So when you say this team, you're referring to the Knicks. You're not referring to the NBA.
I'm saying, they have a defined role. Like Quickly is defined role. It's like, okay, he's a bench player, he's a microwave scorer. Like nobody else on the team.
But Fish, you can't say defined roles for 10 years, bro, because you don't know what the roster is going to look like for the next 10 years.
But Quickly can always be that for the next 10 years. He can always be that, no matter what team.
And it's the reason why I was saying that with Hard Will was saying. It's not about who is going to be in the NBA or who has the most potential to be a star for another team. The question was, this team here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not saying that RJ Barrett won't be a star for the Toronto Raptors. I'm not saying that.
Right.
What I'm saying is as far as this team goes,
that was a good point.
Who would I keep? Emmanuel Quickly and Miles McBride, because they offer skill sets that I know a championship team needs.
Or they fit the Knicks description, maybe?
No, but Fish, you said role. Yeah, I'm talking about skills.
His skill pigeonholes him to a role. Am I right or am I wrong? Man, could never be a star, Uncle Freeze.
You're wrong. You don't want to pigeonhole nobody. Anybody can improve.
Okay.
But I feel like on this team with all this opportunity,
with roster turnover, Emmanuel Quickly on the Knicks can still be the same thing, where no matter what.
Like, you don't think he could be better?
He could be.
I think, but that's what I just said.
I got a mild take. I got a mild take though.
Right here though. It's like
I got a mild take.
That got an opportunity right here. Like, so why you don't do it for the Knicks then? If we feel like they're not young kids anymore. I heard y'all say that too. So I feel like
I said that, yeah.
So why he can't do it now? It's an open spot right now. Grimes ain't 100%.
Which one you talking about? Which one you talking about?
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm saying why quickly then if that's the case, because we got young players doing it, and I feel like I could see if he really had somebody in front of him and that position is open. I know he's not a point. I don't think he's a starter, but you're not saying that he is right now neither though. I get what you're saying, and I can see why, because he just needs the time to get better, develop, etc. Right? But now you have an open opportunity. If he really got something in him, we can see it right now. Maxey brought him up earlier, right? Freeze. Compare him to Quickly. He's over there doing it. All he has is the opportunity. So now if Quickly
and the environment.
That's important too, yeah. The supporting cast and confidence.
Right. Yeah.
Confidence, right? But if you have an opportunity and you know you got to step up and you got to do what you got to do, then it's really no excuse. Like if he was on what team is he gonna walk right in and start on? I think that this opportunity arises for certain reasons for players to take advantage and to get in the lineup and be starters. Even Spider had Burks got hurt when Spider was on Utah for Spider to come up, and ever since then he was an all-star. You see what I'm saying? So it's opportunities people got to take advantage of. So
the thing, Utah knew what they have though. Within 10 games, the league knew what they had with Spider. He come off the bench, and I think within his first 10 starts, the league was like, "Okay, this is something."
Man, listen, man.
I think part of Maxey was playing beside Ben Simmons though for his first year, I think as well.
Right. Yeah. So the whole Quickly and McBride thing. I'm not saying that Randall and Obi and whoever, Cam Reddish, and all these young players can't thrive in the NBA. What I'm saying is right now, if I had to pick two, I would pick Miles McBride and Emmanuel Quickly. And I think Miles McBride may get dirty in a lot of conversations. Nobody even says his name.
That's typical.
Nobody even says Miles McBride's name. Right? But we mention Jericho Sims all the time.
That's the front office fault.
Yeah, because he's stuck behind 3 players, if not more, the way Tibbs coach.
Yeah.
It's bad, bro.
He's stuck behind 5 players, bro.
Yeah, it's rough for him.
But does that not tell you something that he's probably, if there's even a small trade, he's probably to match his 1.5 million salary, and then that how much like he's a cheap asset, like he could be in a trade.
Maybe.
A coach
Because
that
even as much, what I was also thinking about the way this team, even going into this deadline, about the front office with like some of these young players and picks, about them getting desperate and making a move.
Yeah, man, I feel you. And
like
and
a minor one, not like a superstar, but like maybe sending 2 picks and McBride and some Fournier or somebody for somebody else for a good player, but like a panic one.
Well, for one, I think Miles McBride is a good player. but I get what you're saying.
I think he's out because of the rotation, because you said there's 4 or 5 guys ahead of him.
Yeah,
that's why I said they pick these guys.
Because think about it, it's the starting backcourt of Brunson and Fournier, and then it's the second unit backcourt of Rose and IQ, right? And then RJ plays some 2. You know what I'm saying? And so now you're like, and then you got Quentin Grimes, who I didn't mention, right? So my man is lost in the mix. Set him free.
That's what happens when the coach keeps thinking stuff is gonna work. I
gotta run. I gotta get something to eat, man. I just ate donuts in the afternoon, bro. So you know I'm starving. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get out of here, man. I'm gonna wrap up, man. Get out of here. You know the game come on at 7.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be around for the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm a.
What's the story with Embiid tonight? I know Harden's out, but I seen Embiid was questionable with illness or something.
I don't know. But Joe, I gotta run. I'll answer all that stuff, man.
I'm gonna do a show real quick before the game.
Yeah, man. Hey, you having company?
Me? Nah. I think L is busy, so you want to pull up? You can pull up.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
All right. Yeah, pull up for the love of the game around 5:36 before the game.
All right, y'all.